Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are we? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. How are we? Are we all enjoying the Airbus A220? Oh, oh, Billy is at home. Well, that explains everything. That explains everything. How are we all? Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Good, 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 good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I didn't mute fast enough. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing? We ain't in Vancouver today, but we are in the Great White North. We are in Canada today. I'm so excited for this. So excited. Thank you very much for the check-in, Heather. I appreciate it. We got your check-in all set, locked in, ready. Are you guys ready? I hope you guys are ready because, oh boy, we've cooked. We've cooked. Yeah, little fellow with a big fever. Not again. Oh, Elric, what are we gonna do with you, bud? Oh, I'm sorry, little man. Love you. I hope you both are feeling better. Wish you well. I'm sorry to hear that. Much, much love. Ready, 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 ready. Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Are you ready? Are you ready to see this beautiful bird? Chat, chat, chat. Look at this beast. I found the livery and I was like, we have to do it. This is like the perfect day for some retro livery, brand spanking new Airbus A220 ops, and I'm so freaking excited for it. So excited. Yeah, it's vibes. It's big vibes today. So yeah, we are in the brand new Synaptic Innie Builds Airbus A220. This thing is, oh, it is gorgeous. I've taken some time to learn the correct flow. One thing I have learned, and for those of you who are flying the 220, the initial flow, the starting flow on this aircraft is probably the most important part of the entire thing. So if you get the starting flow correct, then you are off to the races. So for that reason, obviously I will be taking things a little bit more slowly on the first flight, because we are going from a cold and dark state, but we will be taking it into a rotation. So we will be ending the previous flight plan and loading the secondary, the brand new flight after this one. So you gotta have a little bit of get back, because it's just, yeah, I'm so freaking excited. We are down on the ground at Fly Tampa, Toronto. Currently don't have I love spam text messages. They're my favorite. We are not I don't have an airport for Ottawa, but it almost doesn't matter because we're not going to be there for that long. The more important one, of course, is Toronto, because we're here. We're down on the ground. I have the flight ready to go. We are actually loaded up. I have all the cameras all set up and ready for us as well. So we have some wing views. We have the exterior spot view. Look at this thing. It is just... First of all, I'm a huge fan of this jet as a passenger, but now obviously taking this into the sim and being able to obviously fly it, there are some quirks. It is very quirky. Thank you so very much,
Welcome,
Aviation.
21 to the Cove.
Welcome to the Cove. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Of course, there is an ad about to start, so I apologize since you literally just followed the channel. Welcome, Aviation. Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Get the pro landings in. Yeah, well, we're gonna try. We're gonna certainly try. Like I was saying, the initial flow setup for this airplane is probably the most critical of everything that we do in this jet. So I'm gonna kind of start things slowly. We'll get things configured. We are gonna do a nice little rotation today between Toronto Pearson and Ottawa. Fly the PMDG 738, and it's an amazing plane. I personally am a bit of an iFly guy. My love and affection for PMDG has fallen off the rails a little bit. Yeah, I'm not a big PMDG fan around here, unfortunately, but I'm a massive, massive fan of this aircraft. So with that being said, shall we start to get the initial flow? Have I ever been to Canada? Oh, I have been to Canada a number of times. I've been to Canada 5 times? Something like that. 5 times. Right. I know we're in an ad break, so I'm gonna start to take this thing a little bit more slowly once we get back. For those of you who are here, thank you so very much for being here. If you haven't done so already, this is just a general reminder for everyone. Down in the channel points below, there is a check-in for today's flight. So definitely, if you haven't done so already, go down to your channel points. Use the singular channel point. That will get you a redemption for the channel points for today's live stream. So with that said, let's go ahead and start getting ourselves set up here. There we go. We got a flurry of check-ins. Thank you, Robbie, and thank you, Kieran, for checking into today's first flight. Now, a couple of things as well. Bobby, how are you today? How is everything? Couple of things, chat, to get things going. Number one, there are that's right, 2 landings, which means the landing rate predictions open up twice. So, what that means is I've given you all 2 opportunities to guess the landing rate. Now, what that means is that don't go and guess the landing rate twice for the same flight, okay? Use your landing rate predictions for the first flight and then use them for the second flight. Ginger, hello! Welcome to the stream this afternoon. How are you? And for everyone who is sticking around through the ad break, thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it. Ginger is getting awfully close to the magic number of 10 flights, which is mind-bending. So thank you very, very much for all of the love and giving us all of the attention for coming onto our live streams. I so appreciate it. Here we go. So we're starting to power up this airplane. It's a little bit finicky to get this thing spun. So I'm going to go ahead and actually go and start going through the regular flow, how I've been doing this to get ourselves underway. So for those of you who missed that step, I just turned the batteries on, and now I'm in the EFB, and I'm loading the sim data in. Only popping in for a moment because you have to do other things. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I know you've got a very busy day, so go enjoy, and we'll catch you a little bit later. Thank you so very much for stopping by and getting your check-in. I so appreciate it, friend. So here we go. Toronto Pearson up to McDonald Cartier, Ottawa Airport. So this is our SimBrief profile in. We are now going to start getting some things going. So I've been loving this flight. Dude, now that I've got I was saying earlier, once you have the starting flow down for this airplane, it is nothing short of spectacular. I am so enjoying it. I'm very happy with the purchase. Why there has been so much hate around this thing, I have absolutely no idea. V, you have been busy controlling because I got the notification that you, sir, were live at like 3 this morning, which reminds me, let's get a shout out for V, because V is he's actually doing live streams at the moment, and it's absolutely amazing. So please, if you can, go give V some love. I would greatly appreciate it. There is his information. He is actually doing some amazing air traffic controlling stuff and learning all about ATC stuff. He's actually about to transfer. I don't know whether you've made this public or not, but I don't care. It's super exciting. He's getting ready to do a visit for some Eastern air traffic control ops. So huge shout out to V. If you guys could go do me a massive favor, go give V a follow. I would super appreciate it. Right, with that being said, we've now got the hydraulics powered. We do have the battery started, and all of this stuff is done. So we're just starting to run through the initial flow here. We're now going to go back to the EFB, and we're going to go ahead and get the ground equipment APU attached. Like I said, the way that the flow goes for this airplane is so easy once you actually get the flow going. So there it is. So that is all done. While we're up here and that we have the APU, the external power engaged, we're going to go ahead and arm LTS. So we're going to go ahead and arm LTS while we're there. I'm just going to turn my headset down just a skosh because I do have the music absolutely blaring in my ear holes. So with that being said, guys, absolutely amazing flow once you get it down. So emergency lights are on. We're also now going to go ahead and arm both the seatbelts and the no PEDs. We'll come in and arm the logo lights, and we'll keep that as it is. We'll leave the APU off for now. There's a reason for that, and I will show you what I usually do in terms of my flow. If anyone's interested in the way in which I do my flows and stuff for the 220, I have been following Airbus Sim Pilot on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't have a way of linking to any of his stuff on my live stream at the moment. But guys, if you could give him some love, tell him I sent you over, because all the flows that I've been doing from his step-by-step is what I've been doing here. And it just, the flow makes so much sense once you do it. And it just means that the actual way of going from the EFB to the overhead back to the checklist, and actually completing the checklists out as you're going through, just makes it that much easier. Okay, so... And while we're going through this as well, just as another aside, if anyone has any questions or anything like that, I am by no means an expert of this airplane. I don't claim to be. I have gotten the flow really well down at this point, and I'm really enjoying it. So if anyone has any questions along the way, please feel free to ask. But we are going to go and start getting underway here. So with that being said, I am now on the pre-flight checklist. One of the things that I clicked there is this the first flight of the day? It just adds unnecessary things to the checklist, in my opinion. So I tend to click no. The other bug that I've noticed, and it is a weird one. I don't know if this is actually a thing in the real aircraft itself, but for some reason, when you're in inches on the bar of pressure, it shows as hectopascals on the flight display. So I don't know if that's an aircraftism. Again, really easy fix. You just swap between the two and it resets it back. And of course, we're going to start getting this all set up and configured. So, and we'll start briefing the flight and all of that stuff once we actually get the flight plan loaded, once we get the passengers and bags and stuff all configured and loaded and ready to go as well. We are not flying online, okay? I've not completed a successful landing in this aircraft yet. I've only done an approach because of timing and everything. I've been having some challenges. For those of you who are having challenges downloading this aircraft in the simulator, there are some weirdisms, okay? For some reason, 1.01 I had a really hard time actually downloading it. So I had to uninstall the aircraft, reinstall it, then re-download it. And that seemed to work. You have a question. I have an answer. Billy, please go ahead and ask your question. How the heck are you doing, sir? Right. So with that being said, how are you just such an amazing human being? I counter that by saying, how are you such an amazing human being, sir? You are nothing short of incredible, and thank you very much for your amazing support. You, looking after your sick kid, are still here. I appreciate and love you to pieces. Right, so with that being said, we are now on altimeters, which is 2980. So we're going to go 2980. On this side, I do have it synced, so 2980, we will check for the yellow box. There is none, and as you can see, we are synced on both sides. So that's altimeters done. Central pedestal, and side sticks are all checked, and that is the pre-flight complete. So we're going to go into the before start checklist. So that means that we are now officially ready to start getting this plane ready to go. Would you to stop it? Right, so Couple of things inside of the debase page. So the way that this flow works is that you have the checklist up on one side and then you switch it into the plan mode as you're going through the initial flow. So that's essentially what we're going to do. So with that being said, we are now IRS aligned. We can actually do a position and IRS check, and IRS 1, 2, 3 are indeed available in here. So we are all ready to go. So flight plan, we do have the data link up and ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the secondary because the way that this plane works is you load the flight plan into the secondary and then you activate the secondary flight plan in. So we're going to go ahead and get that loaded. Love you, and I'm just a daddy, Jungle Jim. He's trying to take a nap, supposedly. Guys, I'm also slightly obsessed with this sticker that I got over the weekend. I am a Dole Whip daddy. I am a Dole Whip daddy. That is a fact. Right. So while we're doing this, let's go ahead because we've now got to the stage where we're going to start the actual briefing portion of today's flight. Nice. Yeah, I absolutely love that sticker. I'm slightly obsessed with it. Right, today, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Air Canada flight. Where are we? 448. Air Canada 448. We are following real-world operations today. Air Canada 448 from Toronto Pearson up to Ottawa. We are flying the absolutely beautiful Bombardier C series. Oh, sorry. My bad. It is the Airbus A220. If you know, you know. We are going to be flying that today with a estimated takeoff weight of 55.3 tons with zero fuel of 51.3. 29,000 feet is about what the expected altitude is. I don't actually know if we'll get there. We'll be lucky if we get to 22,000, honestly. But with that being said, 29,000 feet is going to be the initial cruise with the expected winds of 3.3 at 1.4. So yeah, super light winds, not bad at all. So with that being said, we are going to be taking with us 4.1 tons of fuel today. And here is our routing. So off from Toronto today on 05, taking the Verdo 7 departure to L sub to the Capital 5 departure, Capital 5 arrival to land runway 32 in Calgary. Calgary. We're not going to Calgary today. Ottawa. Maybe we'll do Calgary next week. We do have some Lego that we need to start building. So we probably are going to start doing some longer flights here in the not too distant future. Today, our passenger count is 137. That's actually important. So we will make sure that we remember that for our future. And then some of the other things that we need to just bear in mind as well is things like our alternate. And our alternate is going to be Charlie Yankee Mike X-ray. So that is all going to be loaded in there and ready to go. So with that being said, that is the briefing complete. We'll start to do like the pre-departure briefing and all that once we get loaded. And then we are actually going to go ahead and get the APU started on the other side of that before we get into the performance numbers. So with that being said, we are now moving on from the ground equipment into the load sheet. Like I said, there is a really good flow with this. The way that some Airbus 320 pilot actually does all of the like walkthrough of this. So that is the flow that I am doing. I highly recommend his stuff. It just makes it so easy to go through. So with that being said, 3.3919 is going to be the fuel that we should be expecting with the zero fuel weight today of 29,329. So with that being said, we have this ready to go. So with the uplink complete, we are going to go ahead and just double check that has gone in. That is complete and complete. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and we are going to close the message. We are going to go and just double check that this is all correct in here. It is. So we're going to go ahead down here and hit activate secondary, execute. That's going to take us to the active. Okay, so that is how you get the secondary flight plan loaded into the primary flight. So that is in here like that. What we're going to do is we've got the before start check up on this page, so we're going to go ahead and swap this now to the map page. This enables us to actually see this. I also go over, instead of going from the map view, I like the plan view, and you'll see why I set this up here in just a moment. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start loading up our departures. While I do that, I am just going to quickly re-import from SimBrief to take the latest OFP down so that I can read it while I'm going through this. So I've actually got my iPad loaded up with the plan that we just showed you all so that we can start working through this together as well. So departure today, it's really simple. We're going to go off runway 05, like we said. This is going to be on the Verdo 7. So Verdo 7 is down here at the bottom, Verdo 7, and that's going to be with the L-sub transition, okay? So L-sub is going to be that transition. We hit done in here. It's runway 05, Verdo, L-sub. We're going to go ahead and execute that. That's going to go ahead and import that. We've got the vectors listed in here. Now, for the arrival side, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go ahead and load that in as well. So it's the capital 5. L-sub is going to be that transition. Because I've already done this as well, I know what to expect here on the other side. So the arrival is going to be runway 32. So runway 32 is going to be the ILS. So ILS runway 32. And we should be expecting Watto, I believe. Let me just double check that it is indeed Watto. Let me just double check that when I go that one, approach, it's runway 32, and Volag, I'm sorry, it is Volag. So Volag is going to be that arrival point, and so yeah, ILS runway 32, Volag, capital 5 L-sub. Then we are going to go and hit done down here. Just double check that all of the information is loaded in here and go ahead and hit execute. That has now activated the whole thing. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and get all the winds in. So the flow for this, again, is the same thing. We're going left to right. So winds, we're going to go ahead and import the winds. Here they are. And we'll just double check that they're all in here, which they are. And then the fuel page. So we're now going to go back to the fuel, which we've already loaded. So 3920, we've already got it loaded in here, but we're going to go and refer back to our iPad for all this. 49329, 49329, 4949329. So the scratch pad here goes into the zero fuel weight up here, and then the iPad again for the zero fuel weight C of G, which is 24. So 2, 4 in the scratch pad, and that's going up to this one right here. So that is going in. We've also got the gross takeoff weight, and then all of that is looking correct as well. So with that being said, the block fuel today, we're going to switch from calc to sensed. And then in here, we are going to copy what the OFP said for this flight as well, which is 3919. So 3919, that goes into the block fuel. So all of that now is set and ready to go. We're going to go ahead down here and hit execute. Most of the actions in the 220 is load the information, then hit execute, and then we should be good to go. The flows of this are so simple. Anthony, you're an absolute rock star. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. And 5 freaking check-ins. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so very much. Right, and because we are not flying over water, we don't have to worry about ETOPS. Right, now we're going into the performance page. So remember what I said with the flow. It's up, over, down, up, over, down. So because we are now in this stage, we've got all the hydraulics loaded, we've got external power, so now it's time to turn on the APU. So APU is now going live, and we wait for that to click over, and we will start to watch for the annunciation over on this side here. So here is the APU coming alive with the EGT. You also see it over here in the drop-down panel. So with that being said, we've now got the APU going. APU is in start. we will wait for it to say APU on before we even think about starting to do pushback or anything like that. So we're not quite there, ready to go or anything like that yet. And we'll start to do the departure briefing as we finalize all the performance numbers. So back to the EFB we go. Okay, takeoff performance. So this is where we're going to go sync. It's really easy. It's literally just 2 buttons, sync, and then calculate. It's then going to take all of those calculations, and we're just going to send those directly to the aircraft because we don't need to faff around with it. We will just quickly dash around and double check. So 1009 is good. And there is Riley with 4 check-ins. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? TO2, 124, 124, 134 with a flat 2. So that's absolutely perfect. When we come down here, we should see the same. TO2, we're going to see disarm over here, which we will fix here in just a second. 124, 129, 134, flaps 2, bleed source. This is what we're going to change because we are going to be coming from the engines. Lurking and working, Riley. I so super appreciate it. Thank you very much. And a standard 3-degree departure is what we're going to take over here as well. So with that being said, we're going to switch the approach from disarm to armed, set the V speeds, and then we should be good to go there. It says complete, and we are good to go there. So with that being said, we'll just double check our messages. So we are going to look at our flight plan here because that's going to be in the route section. But we'll just double check all of the rest of the numbers over here. So our climb strategy is going to be the exact same. So 310 is the max out, but we won't get up there. Again, we're in Canada today, so it's going to be nice and easy. 180 is going to be the transition altitude. And then our cruise, we should be expecting that 275, which is 0.78. And that cruise out, obviously, is not, we're not going to get even close to as high as 310 today. So again, on the descent, transition altitude is going to be the same because we are coming down in Canada. And we've got those speed limitations and all of that stuff in there as well. Final approach, we will deal with this when we are airborne. It's very quick and easy to get the arrival plan in. But now we are at the stage where we are ready to actually go into the routes page. So, of course, we're doing a vector departure, so we're going to start to set that up as we get ready to go on the other side. The only thing we need to fix is down here. As you can see, there was a discontinuity down here at the bottom. So you see Lanark over here has a discontinuity before we get onto the star. So we're going to take this. This is going to take that into the scratch pad, and then we go up a stage, and we're going to go ahead and place it under here. That will then bring up this menu, and of course there is a constraint on the star, so we'll go ahead and select the constraint. That's going to complete that, and we'll go ahead and hit execute. That's going to go ahead and sequence it automatically, and we are now ready in the FMS to go ahead and do that. So with that being said, the APU is now on. Seatbelts can now come on, as well as the external power, because we are basically now all done. And we can start doing the final departure briefing where we'll start to load and get the FCU position all fully set. So again, up, over, down. So we are going to go ahead and arm these. And we're going to start to get some things together for our departure as well. So, because of the fact we are on the APU, I'm going to leave this for now, and we will take that out in due time. But what we are going to do is we're going to start to go ahead and prepare for push and start with GSX. So, because we are going to start getting ourselves together, I am going to go ahead and pause the alerts for departure. So, again, guys, huge thanks for all of that so far. We are going to turn the sound of the sim up just a little bit so that you guys can hear it with it not being too loud. Remember, we are offline today as we start to get going. So just as we start to get ourselves organized here. So we are going to go and press prepare for pushback and departure. While we do that, we're now going to start to see some things shift, and we are going to see the doors go to disarm. Bono! Hello! How are you? Welcome to the Cove, my friend. You caught the, you dropped the follow just as we went and paused the alerts. How are you doing? How is everything? So there we go. There is the enunciation. Hola! How are you, Bono? How's everything, mate? So on APU, doors are closed and disarmed. We are, are now armed. So we are now officially ready. Well, just flew this bird into ESGG Gatwick. How was it? How was your arrival? How are you finding the Bombardier? I mean, Airbus A220. It's so realistic that my plane has AOG'd itself. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, well. I mean, you know, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right. Am I right? Oh my giddy arm. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Very good. Very good. Right, flaps and slats are on slow. That's good. APU's on. Seatbelts, no peds. Right, so last couple of things before we get underway here. So, initial departure out on the Birdo 7 is an initial climb 4,000 feet. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. Aircraft on the ground, TLDR, the plane is now grounded. Amazing. You love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. All right, 4,000 for the initial, and then on the way out of here, because we are Birdo 7, our departure heading is 047 degrees, so we're going to take that in just a moment. Because there are some things we need to do. So we need to arm the auto throttle real quick. So let's go auto throttle armed. We do that through the toga button. So TO, ALTS, that is correct. We're now going to come over to the auto flight system here. I don't know why my things always seem to flash in this stage of the flight, and I cannot figure out why it's doing it. Right. So nav, auto throttle, VNav. This is going to arm all of the following settings. We've thrust, FMS1, AT, VTO, and VALTS, and V flight level change. So all of that is armed and ready to go. So with that being said, now that we are armed, we are going to go 047 is going to go in the heading, and we are going to go ahead and release the parking brake. And we are officially pushing back. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I tell you what, now that I've got the flow of this thing, enjoying it might be my favorite RJ in the sim so far. You know, that's why I keep joking around and saying that it's a Bombardier, because holy cow, man, this thing is so good. So good. Right. See, now I've got some like weird flashing, and I have no idea why. Right, we're gonna go ahead and turn some engines on, because that always seems to fix it for some reason. So I don't know if it's something with the APU of mine that's bugged, and also the fact that it keeps trying to switch onto external power. So I think that could also be it as well. Right, so we're gonna run that same thing again. So TO, nav, VNav, also thrust, and then that should also arm all that. So VATO and all of that. Okay, so we're good to go on that side. All right, so with that being said, we need to replace that. So let's go ahead and put 47, and now we're at the stage where we have all of that stuff in 4,000. It is going to say invalid speed. That's okay for the moment, because we are going to essentially get ourselves underway. My APU self-combusted stays in APU start mode. See, that's what the issue I was having. Right, let's turn the sound of the sim up, and let's go into this mode right here. God, don't we just love cinematic mode? That is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. But I do agree, yeah, performance is a little bit lacking. I do wish that it did perform just a little bit kinder. Unfortunately, on my system, I seem to, according to good old auto FPS, I'm currently running somewhere between like 34 and 52 frames. So it depends on like kind of what stage of flight that I seem to be in. But you know what? We seem to be okay. Right, go on, bugger off you. And for those of you who are sticking around through the ad break, I so unbelievably appreciate it. Thank you. Again, you will see a ad flag in the top corner that is just my little sign to say ads are finished, ads are done, and we should be good to go. Right, so we are going to go whack performance, park and brake, and we should be good to go. We'll whack those two. So we are in after the before starts. And let's get engine number 2. We'll do that from the inside, and then we will go before taxi. Let's go and check out the sound of this start up as well. Yeah, that's the only gripe that I have at the moment, because the plane thus far, other than like, again, a couple of weird bugettes, right? The fact that back, V, welcome back. The biggest bugette that I've experienced so far is that APU one. Funnily enough, I've noticed that if you turn the beacon on and you do it that way is when the bug seems to appear. When you disconnect the GPU and you're just removing the ground power that way, I seem to not have any issues at all. So I don't know what the dealio is with that. It's a weirdism. I don't entirely know why it's being caused there. Right, here we go. God, that sound is so good. 1, 2. That's going to get the flaps going. Flap 2. Don't crash, please. I'm going to try. Right, need to eat, shower, ready for bed, enjoy the flight. We'll lurk for a little bit. Bono, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so very much for the follow, mate, and welcome to the Cove. I hope you have a wonderful time, and look forward to seeing you in here a little bit more often as well. You're an absolute legend. Right, let's turn the sound of the sim up just a skosh. Right, flat 2. I'm going to come in here. We are going to go RTO, nose wheel steering on. The other thing that I've noticed is the pedal disconnect as well is the way to do it. Performance departure config. Why do you not like that? You should be perfectly okay with the config because we've got everything aligned as you wanted. Especially now that both of the engines are spun and underway. Right, those are off. The rest of the overhead looks good. No lights to be mindful of. And again, everyone who stuck around through the ad break, thank you so very, very much. Right, what is the check departure performance? Yep, it looks good to me. TO 2, climb 1, armed, set V speeds, and we should be good to go. Right. So yeah, I don't know why we're getting that. IAS should be managed. I mean, we can go manual if we need to, and we'll just go 5+. Is it? There was a thing. I thought the arrival V speeds is where you need to +5 in here. You don't need to do it for the departure. Right, so initial climb 4,000. One interesting thing is the fuel system. Yeah, the fuel system in here is really, really, really interesting. That is for dang sure. Right, slats and flaps, gear down. I don't know why our performance is having a moan, but we do have everything set, and we are off on runway 05. I'm going to exit that, and I am going to keep my map up. We're essentially going to be taxiing out of here onto Bravo, and then Bravo Hotel, and out of here. So let's go ahead, get the parking brake out of here, and let's hear those howls, shall we? Oh, she's a pretty bird, this one. She is a pretty bird. There we go. Okay, we are in auto for TCAS 122.8 because we are not flying online. IAS 4,000. Yeah, you see a little bit of stutteriness coming through there. It's kind of annoying that we're getting a couple of little micro stutters, but for the most part, the jet is performing absolutely beautifully. There we go. 44 minutes, chat. And this flight is only like 40 minutes, so we're going to be doing the turnaround on the other side as well. So you get 2 landings out of me, which means that landing rate predictions, all of that stuff, it's all going to be really, really good today. It's all going to be really, really, really good today, so I'm excited. One thing I did on the departure when I was practicing this the first time that we're definitely going to be correcting is I, for some reason, decided to put my flaps up too early. Yeah, it just, the howls, man. The howls is what gets me every single time with this plane. I just love the like, woo. Yeah, the Wookiee howls are just insane. Oh, so pretty! Sorry, there we go. I do that every single time when we're in cinematic so that you guys can enjoy the sounds. And of course, I'm sitting here nattering on. No, what I was saying was, before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, no, the thing that, ignore my terrible taxi job here, the thing that the thing that I hate about all the jets in the sim is that they are awful to taxi. This plane is probably my favorite aircraft to taxi in the entire sim. I love the way it taxis. It taxis like an absolute bloody dream. The Phoenix, I cannot stand taxiing the Phoenix. The Phoenix is probably the worst of all of the jets to taxi. I can't. It's awful. The iFly isn't bad. The 777's okay. The ground handling on the braking is a little bit rough. And forget the 737 PMDG I don't own, because screw that noise. And yeah, I just, yeah, this is just, oh, I love the way that this thing taxis. Also, I just love the way that this plane looks. It is just such a gorgeous airplane. And for those of you who, like me, who have been lucky enough to fly on this bird, I know there's a few folks in chat who have flown on board the A220 before. You will also, you will understand how lovely of an airplane this is to fly on as a passenger as well. Solario27, welcome to the Cove. Thank you very much for the follow. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I hope you are all having a absolutely fantastic day, and that you are all enjoying yourselves. Again, huge thanks to everybody who has stopped by today so far. I love you all to pieces. Very kind. We will be taking this absolutely stunning departure. It's a fabulous day, chat. It's a fabulous day now in Toronto. unbelievable how good the weather is. It is unbelievable how good the weather is down here in Toronto today. Yeah, but pretty, like, clear on this side. We're going to be taking off into some fairly clear weather. It looks like most of the clouds are out to the south of us, which is kind of nice. Of course, typical Toronto departure, we have miles and miles and miles to go for the taxi out of here. So we will get going. Again, for the folks who have joined us and have just followed the channel, huge thanks. Again, if you haven't done so already, !Discord gets you into the Discord. That way you can find out when I'm live next. We'll go through things like channel point redemptions for the landing rate predictions, because you guys actually have 2 of those today, because we are doing the we are going to be doing the return flight, which unusual for us at the time slot that we usually do. For 4 hours, it's really difficult to get in not only a departure but a landing as well. So with that said, it's going to be super fun. What's up? Thanks. Looking forward to buy the aircraft. Everyone's saying good things about it, dude. It is genuinely again, minor bugs. I think every single plane that has released in the simulator to date has released with a bug of some kind or another. I don't think there's a single aircraft in the sim that is released bug-free. And again, guys, just remember, like, let's think back to all the other planes that have released before this one: Phoenix, PMDG, 350, right? Any builds is not necessarily exclusive to that list. This is just one of the ones that has become much wider talked about because of the development cycle for this jet. But again, it is a beautiful plane. It flies good. Again, the only tiny thing that I will complain about, and it's literally the only thing that is the most annoying and in my mind critical thing, is the performance. Performance is a little bit rough. But to be honest with you, like, I have, I wouldn't say I have a NASA PC, but my PC is good enough where I don't necessarily have to worry too much about things in terms of performance. So I'm very fortunate in that regard, but I know some folks who are running systems that aren't quite as good as mine and are experiencing some issues. If you're going to be in here, you've got to behave, okay? Sorry, the dog has just shown up, so it means that I have to keep an eye on someone while he's in here. Otherwise, we're going to get nail biting, licking, all the rest of that fun stuff. All right, cool. So with that being said, we are doing the longest taxi of all time. I don't think when we get down on the ground in Ottawa that the length of the taxi is that much longer, but we will see. Again, the way in which we're going to conduct this departure, we are probably actually, you know what? I was just thinking about it. We do have nav mode. I will probably, once we get airborne and we start to get things in order, I will probably switch into heading mode on departure, just so that we can get the flight management system ready to go for the direct that we will take as we depart on out of here. Cool. Again, for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, if you go into the channel points below, if you haven't done so already, make sure you check in for today's flight. Every single time that you check in, you get the opportunity to build your watch streak with me. When you get to 10, you have the opportunity to see, you're distracting me, Z. When you get to 10 flights, 10 streams with me, you get the chance to spin to win from our merch store. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you check in, just like Z did just now. Have a good PC, but didn't know if it was going to make it. Yeah, apparently there's some, like, weirdisms with AMD. It's not rigged. There's some weirdisms with AMD cards. For some reason, AMD cards have been struggling a little bit with the performance. Not entirely sure why. So yeah, again, I think It depends on the airport that you're at as well. I think Fly Tampa have some pretty optimized airports. We're pretty fortunate that Fly Tampa, we are at Fly Tampa Toronto today. Performance here at this airport, really not that bad. Really not that bad at all. They are actively working on it, exactly. Again, it's little tiny things, right? All of these things will be shaken out in time, right? Early adopters, we all know if we're an early adopter for a product, there are going to be bugs, there are going to be issues, and there will be some craziness. And Z, yes, we are on the latest iteration of Fly Tampa Toronto. So yes, we are on the latest and greatest version. Right, so here we are on the departure. And like I said, we're going to be taking a heading out of here, 047. We are going to maintain this as well. So yeah, I do my Fly Tampa products through the Orbex store. So I made sure that getting this beauty of a plane on Saturday, enjoy. One thing, for those of you who have version 1, you may experience, like I did, an issue with updating the aircraft if you locally download it. Really simple fix, just uninstall the plane, reinstall it, and you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. You are successfully taxiing. You have defeated Toronto. Thank you very much, Digi. How the heck are you doing? How the heck are you doing? How is the missus? How's recovery going? Hope everybody is doing well. Maybe wait a bit, like a month, wait for the bugs and the problems to be solved. Yeah, honestly, not a bad idea, genuinely not a bad idea. Again, right, we're early adopters. We all know what happens with early adoptions of software and stuff like that, right? There's bound to be a couple of little bugettes. Again, nothing earth-shattering. We can still fly the plane just fine, and I'm having a grand old time with it. So, worky lurky biz class. Oh, well, that's just terrible. What a way to suffer in biz class. About month post-op, so hoping for some news soon. Okay, fingers and toes crossed. I will be thinking of you both as always. Right, baguettes like baguettes. Yes, exactly. Well, we're in Canada, right? They are part French up there, so we might as well call them baguettes since we are up in the Great White North. That is the best lineup I have ever done. I don't think I could possibly have lined up better in this aircraft if I tried. Right, ladies and gentlemen of the Twitch chat, are we ready to go? Let's freaking do this thing. All right, there is 50% power. There is thrust armed. And airspeed's alive. Auto brake RTO and thrust is set. Whack the APU off. I just realized that was running. All right, airspeed's alive. Hold. $90 knots checked. There we go.
V1.
Rotates. Absolutely beautiful. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Aim for the pink box. Nose down. Go for the V speed. And there we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. Right. Heading. Let's get that heading mode bugged up. Take the turn. I'm just going to manually fly her for a minute. Right, green bug to chase the pink. So we're aiming for the green to chase. And Z, thank you for the 3-stream streak, buddy. So appreciate that. And let's exit that turn. So we'll keep that heading engaged there. Let's go AP 150. There we go. So there goes the heading. And there comes F1. So we will start to get the flaps 1 in. It's going to go ahead and accelerate into FO. IAS is climbing. Let's just watch the bug climb before we do anything else. It's now going to go 126 up to 218, 219. We're going to go limit, which is fine. And now we are going to go ahead over here. LTUC, direct, done, execute. And then we are going to go into nav, flight level change, VNav. So this should go thrust, FMS1, flight level change, or V flight level change, AP. And before we overspeed, let's go ahead and get the flaps before we go. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That's fine. It's fine. The flaps are coming in. Absolutely fine. It's going to go away the minute that we start to bring the speed back. There it goes. So yeah, the flaps go in. Overspeed goes away. Thrust limit is going to go in. And we will whack that over to FMS speed. Speed's going to come up, and I'm just going to hit toga one more time. That should bring it back. While we are at 4,000 feet. Yeah, so there we go, 4,000. We're going to go 5,000 FMS flight level change. Throttle is going to go up. I'm going to go up to 90. There we go. Right, so let's just double check how we're armed up here and bugged. So 290, we are climbing at 250 knots. Thrust GA AP1 flight level change. So we are following the path here out. So we are looking good on the thing. We are in climb 1, so all looks good over here. So yeah, that looks like that departure was nice and smooth. Don't want to damage the flaps? Yeah, no, we're fine. I knew that that was going to happen. I watched the speed go. Apparently that's an ism of the actual aircraft too. But we were below 200 knots on the slats, so we were absolutely fine. We were in the barber poles, so it wasn't too much of an issue. I arguably should have probably gone a little bit sooner there, but hey-ho. Hey-ho, there we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen of the Twitch chat, we are airborne. It's not going to take that long to get out of here, so let's go ahead and unpause the alerts, because we got some stuff to catch up on while we are here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to mute the music for stuff to start flowing through here. And thank you very much, Bono. Thank you so much for the follow.
Welcome,
my friend.
XNO to the Cove.
Welcome indeed to the Cove. We've got another follow to catch up on over here as well. And we've got Digi with the check-in as well. So Digi, thank you so very much for checking in for today's live stream as well. Okay, I think we should have at least one more follow. There it goes. Solario, there is your follow. Thank you very much again. Huge thanks.
Welcome, Solario27 to the
Huge thanks to everyone for that as well. So there we go. Right, we're going to go ahead and mute up the sim. We got some sounds going, and we are looking good. Oh, chat. We are having fun with this guy, aren't we? Right, so not a very long flight we have today, because, of course, we do have the arrival. And as you just saw, ladies and gentlemen, landing rate predictions are now open. So the way that this works, very, very simple. You guys have two opportunities today because we have two landings, which I'm so freaking excited about. So in order to do this, go into your channel points. Below, there are instructions on how to predict the landing rate. It's very simple. Use a negative number. I cannot stress this enough. And the number only. Negative number and number only to predict the landing rate. So, negative number as a landing rate prediction. Use one channel point to get your landing rate predictions in for today's landing. I'm also going to put the fan on because it's toasty outside today. So I am... I need some air moving over me because otherwise I'm going to boil. V is optimistic. Okay, Heather is not so optimistic. Thanks, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the landing rate predictions. I appreciate you all. We have captured them. Reference to where you are. Very good. Very good. I love it. Absolutely love it. Alrighty, let's see how we are progressing. So we look like we are not following the track. Why are we not following our track? We should be following our track here, but we are not. All right, well, we will take a direct to Verdo. Right, there we go. Nav. Right, flight level change, VNav, auto throttle, autopilot. We are on the right one. Nav. We should be making the turn to pick that up. Okay, come on. Are we going to be making the turn here? We got the capture here. It's coming through. Let's see if it actually takes it. Come on, VNav. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, LNav. The LNav is just zipped straight through it again. What is going on? FMS. We are in the right modes. All right, we'll flip between LNav and heading. Right. FMS 1. Flight plan. Routes. Verdo. Direct. Why have I got a feeling I'm going to die on your first flight here? No, we're fine. Absolutely everything's fine. Right, push standard. Past 18,000. I do want to know why she's not following the flight plan. That is mildly concerning. We will also go ahead because it is nice and smooth. We'll go ahead and whack both of those into auto and clear the display. Yeah, we are... Top of climb is going to be there. No, it's going to... Yeah, exactly. It's going to be smooth. No, nothing to worry about. Right, why don't we go heading mode now? We'll whack that around. Let's whack that around for the intercept. So we'll go 060. We are accelerating. Exactly. The 220, it's nothing to do with the aircraft. It's definitely to do with the pilot. It's definitely to do with the pilot. But there we go. Okay, so now if I switch into nav, we now have FMS armed. Flight director. Heading FMS. So let's go nav. We should be synced. And we now have it armed. So can it take... Oh, no. Oh, no. We actually do have it as a song request now. I can't get out of that now, can I? I'm kind of in it now, aren't I? Right. So we do have FMS armed. We are in heading mode, and FMS is armed there, but no VNav path. I don't know why it's saying that, because we do have top of climb in there. It thinks we're going up to 310. I mean, we'll whack 310 in there. Flight level change, nav. Let's see. If it takes it, that's absolutely fine, because we got top of climb here, and then we got top of descent. But it should be, yeah, thrust, heading, AP, flight level change, VALTS. So it should take FMS1 as the primary. It's armed in here. I don't know what the heck's going on. And we got a minus 250 guess for Z. I mean, the views are absolutely spectacular, aren't they? She does look good. She does look good, chat. I mean, the views are really lovely today. We'll take the views. We may be having some flight issues, but right. Can we heading nav flight director? Yeah, the views are absolutely spectacular. If anyone has any insight as to what's going on, I would so appreciate it. Right, we are in FMS speed, flight level 310. We are climbing. I mean, she does crawl up to the climb, which is anticipated. Yeah, it's definitely like got the. Is it because of the fact that it has a discontinuity? It shouldn't, because we got the discontinuity. Oh, hang on a minute. L sub there, and then execute. Let's see. Is it going to take that now? Heading FMS. Right, let's see. Because now that we're outside and we've got the intercept, let's see if it takes it on the intercept. Let's see. If I aggressively turn into it, 053, let's see. Oh, and another song request. Thank you, Billy, for the song request. I appreciate you. All right, let's load both of those two up. Oh, wait, I got a grizzle. I got a grizzle flying the Synaptic on that one. There we go. All right, let me close out some of these because I shouldn't have some of this up while I am streaming. All right, let's close out of all that. And there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we have the intercept coming in, 053, top of climb, 275. And again, for those of you who are sticking through the ad break, thank you so very much. I really, really appreciate all the amazing support. You guys have been nothing but incredible for the last week. Since I've literally been doing this now for a week, today marks the very, very first week. Ooh, what's it doing? Ooh, wait a second. What we got? Ooh, I have a good feeling about this, chat. I have a good feeling about this. I have a feeling she's going to take it now. There we go. Cool. All right, sorry for checking my phone while streaming. Right. I know we're not necessarily looking out the window as much as I would like, but if anyone has any ideas on what potentially could be going wrong and why she's not picking up the FMS and why she's stuck in heading mode, I would love all of the assistance. Because again, I've got everything is in purple the way it's supposed to. And we are, yeah, everything looks correct to me, and it's just for some reason. Oh boy. You. Thank you very, very much, Kieran, for the resub. Love you to pieces. Thank you so very much. 20 months. Absolutely incredible with that. So thank you very much for the resub, Kieran. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Kirong8, for resubscribing. And they said, written love.
You've Flipping done it, chat. Yeah, apparently the intercept angle was wrong. That was our issue. That was our issue. We got it. We're on FMS. Yes. Yes, we got it. Woo! We're not going to be up here for very long, chat. We got top of descent, which means we're going to be coming down very, very soon. Right, we need to also great song request from Billy. All right, we need 10,000 on this. Guys, if you haven't done so already, now is your chance. Now is your chance. I know we're going flight level change up to... Oh, you know what? I should have left it. I should have left it. Because now it's doing flight level change down. Whoops, my bad, my bad. Sorry, airplane, that was my fault. My fault. Get to 31,000 before we start our descent. Sorry, airplane. You were doing just fine. Yeah, again, if you haven't done so already, now is your chance, since we are going to be making our descent here in the not too distant future. And by not too distant future, I mean literally not too distant future. Guys, you are absolute legends. And again, the fact that we are... didn't know you streamed. Jacob is how I knew. Ski Plop, you bloody legend. Thank you so much. I have nothing but love to share for Jacob. He is another absolute legend in the flight sim community. Thank you so much, Ski Plop, for being here. I know you were super hyped about this airplane as well. Welcome to the Cove. I know you followed yesterday while we were offline, so thank you very much for the follow. 618 people. Guys, you're mad. Thank you for the tremendous support. Genuinely means the absolute world. I am so beyond excited for this airplane. It is crazy. And another one. D Holmes!
Welcome, D Holmes 27 to the Cove.
D Holmes, thank you so very much. Welcome to the Cove. Thank you very much for the follow. I hope you have a wonderful time while you are here with us. Right, 310 V Alts and FMS1. How are you doing? Now we're going to take this down because we're going to be on the path, which is now armed, and we're going to take this down to 10,000. So, guys, for those of you who are here for the very first time, who have not been with us before, this is now your opportunity to go and place your landing rate predictions. So in the channel points below, you will see for one channel point, you get the opportunity to guess the landing rate. So you'll type in a negative number only, a negative number, unless you think I'm going positive, which there's no chance. So if you think we're going to have a good landing, obviously do less. If you think we are going to have a worse landing rate, do even less. But yes, negative numbers only. Landing rate prediction, one channel point. Today you get two opportunities because we are doing, indeed, two different landings. Right, so we are going to be going top of descent here any second now. So while we go through this, we are going to start thinking about our arrival. So we are going to go performance arrival, and we're going to start typing this stuff in. So we are going to go for a slats for arrival. With a medium auto brake, and we are going to go in here and we are going to do landing rate performance. So we're going to go sync all of these. Hello, sync FMS, sync SimBrief, sync, all the things are synced, and we are going to compute. What are we missing input data for? Landing weight. We need that from the aircraft itself, don't we? So the landing rate estimate is 5162. So 51.6. 51.6. Okay. And V what was the V speed that it reckons? 131 is VREF. 131. Okay. And sync. And let's go compute. Landing above landing length. So what we're gonna do is Yeah, we should be absolutely fine. Landing distance, it reckons 17193, and the field length is 19772. So I think we should be fine, chat. I think we should be absolutely fine. I don't see anything wrong with this. Right, let's do high also break. And compute. Yeah, see, landing distance is fine. We've got like 1,000 feet of clearance there, so we should be absolutely fine. Right, so outside air temperature down on the ground. Let's do some what's it called? Some meters. Metar, there it goes. L sub. I do like the fact that it does the flashy thing. There we go. So we got the speeds going. We are in descent 296. We will monitor the speed because it looks like it is trying to chase 280 on the speed. So we will help it out with some air brake. That's going to come down. We'll just monitor that. And another song request. You absolute legend, Heather. Thank you very, very much for that. Right. Meter for the arrival is CYOW. We will get those in there. So playing homage to the cruise. Heck yeah, dude. I'm so freaking ready for that. I need a vacation. Meter. Yeah, that's gonna be really helpful. Meta. CYOW. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, so it looks like 2-1. It is beautiful down there. Winds are going to be 320 at 13. 320 at 13. So that's going to be helpful as well. QNH down on the ground there is going to be 2971. 2971 is going to be our QNH. And then we want to pull in. I apologize for not having this up on the thing here, guys, but it's just going to be easier if I pin the chart up on my iPad. We did brief it very quickly. So it looks like the intercept is going to be 3,000 feet, with the MDA being what is that go around? Why can I not see what that MDA is? There it is. MDA Cat 3 is 700 feet. So we will make sure that we have the MDA plugged in at 700. So we will go. There we go, 23,000 feet. Guys, again, we are rapidly descending into Ottawa. So we're going to be starting to pause up the alerts and all of that. So we will probably are going to pause the alerts after this song and we'll start getting ourselves down. We've got ice detected. So anti-ice is now coming online. Damn, Daniel. Right, we are at 270 knots. We'll go ahead and whack the brakes in. We do actually have a path all the way down to the runway, so I'm very, very excited about that. We are in also 100, and we are on the Capital 5 now. So, yeah, Capital 5, we will be over at Mivok. That's going to be our entry point onto the arrival. And then Canuck. So actually, we're already on the arrival, so we are looking really, really good. 218. V path, FMS, AP, V outs, and the speed is starting to come down. Excuse me. Right, we've already done the checklist for this, so we will clear all of this. ICAS, and we'll clear it. We've also got the after takeoff checks, which we've already done all of. ICAS is done, and so here we go. The descent and approach. So FMS is set. Minimas, we are literally just setting those right now. So 700 is the minima. And we are going to go into, where is it? MDA. Where is MDA? Where do we set the MDA, folks? That is the only question I have right now, is where do you set minimas? Does anyone know where minimums get set? Or is that already pre-programmed? Go around is in VREF +5 is that. So 5 set V speeds, and we're now complete in there. So we should have all of our V speeds in here. So there's 275. We've got air brakes in, so we should be good to go. 190. We're on the VNAV beautifully. And what we will do with the overlay is we'll also whack VSD so we can see what our path is. Slightly steeper than 3 degrees on the other side here as we pass through 160. There we go. Okay, we are looking good, guys. We are looking really good. Yeah, the only thing I don't know how to do is set the MDA, which I don't know if it's already preset or anything, but that is literally the only thing that I don't know how to do. If anyone knows how to do it, I would greatly appreciate. Right, medium auto brake is in there as well. We've got plenty of room on that side. We're going to keep also thrust in, I think. Worst case scenario, we do a go around. I'm praying not for a go around because we are trying to get 2 landings in today as well. Right, we are going to go ahead and pause the alerts up, and we are going to go ahead and unmute the sound of the sim and bring that back as well. Right, there we go. Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House is such a jam. Guys, we are 18,000 feet. You only have 8,000 feet left to make your guess as to what you reckon the landing rate is going to be. Right, well, we do know what the minimums are. Right, we're going to go ahead and push for our HPA. So it's going to be 2971. Very, very low pressure here in Ottawa. And Isha, thank you very much for checking in for today's flights. Alerts are currently paused, so we will pick that up when we get down on the ground at Ottawa. But I so appreciate that. Right, 16,000 feet. We are trying to make that constraint, so it looks like it's doing it absolutely beautifully. And we are looking good. So, with that being said, minimums are set. Auto brake is going to be medium as required. ICAS is good, and aircraft briefing, air arrival briefing is completed. So basically, we're going to be taking the right-hand turn at Vissel and making the arrival down. So excited to get this plane, dude. Because now I've managed to do the intercept. I think I figured out why we didn't get the intercept the first time. We didn't have... we were on heading mode, but we didn't actually intercept the nav correctly on the departure, which is why it did it. So we will correct that when we take off for the second flight out of Ottawa. But I have to say, she is flying like an absolute dream right now. Absolute dream. Guys, come on. Guys, come on, right? Right, we're going down 5,000 now to make that intercept. We'll actually take this all the way down to 3,000. The go-around altitude for the missed approach down at Ottawa, the missed approach is 1,820, but the intercept is 3,000. So we're going to go intercept 3,000. You gotta love it. You gotta love the way that this thing is flying. I'm so freaking stoked. Again, the only thing that I need to figure out is how to do MDA. Hello, how are you? Thank you so very much for your follow. Guys, that is 620. Holy freaking cow. You guys, thank you. Thank you. I know the alerts are paused right now. We will pick up all the follows once we get down. Hands, why are you apologizing? There's no need to apologize. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Cove, my friend. How the heck are you doing? How's it all going? Are you enjoying the Bombardier C series? Sorry, I keep doing that. The Airbus A220. Have you got the plane? Are you enjoying it? Stop following me. Gosh. This guy keeps following you everywhere. I mean, is that a bad thing? Is it really a bad thing? Right, we need to slow down. We do have 250 knots here, so we do need to put some air brake in. Heather, what are you doing? Gifting a sub to V, man. Thank you for the gifted sub. Doing really well, thank you. And I do not. Sure will, just not yet. Dude, honestly, I totally understand those who are waiting to get it. Obviously, like early adoption stuff, right? It's always painful for the early adopters. However, that being said, obviously, I wanted to get this aircraft as soon as it came out. It is by far my favorite. And Isherwood DC, thank you very much for the follow as well. Welcome to the Cove. It is by far my favorite. By far my favorite commercial jet to be flying, and so I wanted this plane the day it was announced. So I grabbed it, and I'm just so happy. Guys, thank you for those of you who did the landing rate predictions. They are going to be closing any second now, as we are now getting below 10,000. Last opportunity if you want, just to try and make it before the prediction closes at 10,000 feet. You guys have very little time left, and then we are going to go and make sure that the seatbelt signs are indeed on. We got all the lights whacked on as well, so we should be good to go on the overhead. As we start to make our final approach here into Ottawa, we're going to really carefully manage our speed. She is a slippery bird, so we want to make sure that we really monitor what our speed is doing. So we're 250 knots here. We are going to go ahead and keep the speed brakes retracted. And may the odds be ever in your favor. Oh, absolutely, may the odds be in your favor. As we dip below 10,000 feet now. Landing rate predictions are going to be closing up any second now. So guys, huge thank you to everyone for making the predictions. The landing rate, obviously, we will get once we get down on the ground at Ottawa. Oh, Z, you're a star. Thank you very much. I have high hopes. It is a little bit cloudy down here on the ground, down here at Ottawa. I'm actually quite surprised. Right, so because we are now below 10,000, FMS APV path, now making that final turn. I mean, I am so enjoying this, guys. You have absolutely no idea. I really hope so. I know that in this version, the nose doesn't come down nearly as aggressively as it did on the first version, but obviously we want to make sure that we absolutely grease her in. Right, so we're making the final approach now. We are like so perfectly on the V path, it's crazy. Right, 3,000 is armed, going down to 5 is in, 250 knots. We are going to start to get the speed all the way down as we make our final approach here in as well. So let me get that range ring in a little bit deeper because we are going to start that decel in here as well. Right, so the flight plan should take us... obviously, we've done that. Right, before landing checks, altimeters are in. Landing gear will come down flaps, and they will be indicating 4, because we are doing a flat 4 landing, and then the cabin is ready, so we are all set on that. So, landing is looking good. Looks like we have a 10-mile range ring here. So when we just get onto the other side here, we are looking really, really good. So Volag, just double checking all of our V paths and stuff over here. So we should start to be making our way down to our flap 1 bug here. I believe if we look at the flaps here, it's 230 knot is the flap limit for flaps 1. So we can actually start to make our way down and start doing that manually here. So what we'll do is we'll whack the speed brake out. We're going to go manual speed now, 230, and we're going to start to bring that down. So 230, the managed speed is going to come in here. Shouldn't handle too much differently. Yeah, I have heard that it handles pretty similar to the Phoenix on the final approach as we dip down below the clouds. Right, all the lights are on. We do have landing lights on. And we are making our way down now. 4,000 feet, 800. And there is 230. We are making our way down there. So we will go and start making our way down here. Let's go 210 as we start to make the turn. So there we go, flap 1, we'll bring the flaps in, and there is the slat setting. So slat should be starting to come out now. Look at that! Oh my god! Oh my god! Do you see it? Do you see it? We actually have the wings in all seas! We have wings in all seas! That is incredible. It is very grey out. I really hope that we can see the runway on the other side of this. Right, 210, slats 1. And now because we are below and we are targeted, we will go FMS speed now. And we will go flap 2. And now she is going to aim to get down to 203 knots. It might ride a little bit high, so we will help her out as she comes down. Let's see how she follows the path here. So yeah, it's going down to Volag. But what we'll do now is we will take the, if I can get it highlighted. Texan, no. Right, we'll do it inside of the route page itself. So we will go Volag, direct, Volag, direct, execute, and there we go. We'll go heading, nav. We'll start to make sure that the nose goes around as we start to make that turn. Heading FMS. So we're going to start to intercept that heading there. 3,000. As we start to break in on this side, what I might do is spin that around so that we can intercept there. And then once we get back on the VNAV path with 3,000 feet, this is looking absolutely gorgeous. Flap 3, and then once we get established at 10 miles, we will start to get our gear down. There is flap 3, gear down. So gear down, flap 3, heading FMS 1, and then we'll arm the approach once we get back in on the approach on FMS 1, and then we'll arm flap 4 on this side. Wow, we can't see bloody anything out there, can we? Right, we'll put the speed brakes in as well. Yeah, there's definitely Honeywell electronics there. Is a lot like the E-Jets. Yeah, it does. I can understand why a lot of the E-Jet carriers opted to go over to the 220. It makes a lot of sense as to why that's done that. Right, let's get that heading bug swung just a little bit more so that we can intercept on the FMS there. As it closes out, it will switch from FMS, from heading into FMS, V path, and then we are flap 3, so we are looking good. Speed is 159, which is beautiful. And then we will start to get down to VREF as we go flap 4. So I'm going to say flat 3 as we make the turn overhead Texan here. So let's see what happens when we intercept this. Right, it's missed it again. Not sure why. She really does not like going on the, on that, does she? Right, V outs. Let's just do this. We're going to go and cross it in. I'm going to go ahead and hit approach and arm the approach. And we'll snooze the air brake because screw that noise. I want you guys to be able to see this landing. Here we go. Heading, arm, FMS, AP, V outs. Let's get the bugs rolled in as we're on final now. 3,000. Let's go flat full. Gear down flat full. 3,000. We will capture that glide slope. So we're waiting for the diamond to come through. It says we're a little bit high on that, but it looks like the VREF is now on. So we are good. 3,000, go around. 5,000 is the one that is armed. We should start to see the diamond come down. Approach FMS. V out, so we are good. We are on the ILS now. Okay, chat, we're here. We're on it. There we go. Top of descent. Armed approach. And we're on the ILS now. We've got approach mode engaged. So we should be capturing that ILS the second that it starts to come down now. And then we're going to go ahead and get this set to fine. And we need 1820. So 180 on there. 180 is armed. Here comes the final approach course. Okay, so here is... There it goes. Right, so we should be taking the... I don't know what is clicking away in the background there. Is it the parking brake? There we go. Just make sure that that's cleared. Right, auto brake is there. Right, I'm gonna take the autopilot out because it's showing that we're high and we can recover it. I don't know why it hasn't captured the ILS, which is, it's really strange because we are on it. Right, let's keep the nose coming down here.
2,500.
Checked. It says that the airport should be... There we go. So we're below the cloud now. So airport should be kind of 1 o'clock low. I was not anticipating that the not getting an ILS is a known issue. Interesting. Okay. Well, there's the Pappies. We see it. We're high. Well, we do have the runway, so that's good. Right. Well, at least we know that it's a known issue. Right. Let's get some let's get some slats out so that we can aggressively pitch for the glide here.
1,000 sink rate.
Yeah, I know the sink rate is a little crazy, but that's fine.
Pull up.
I know.
Pull up.
I know.
Pull up.
I know.
Pull
I know.
up.
We're going to recover it.
Pull up.
Don't worry.
500. Too low. Gear. Too
No,
low.
it's
Gear.
absolutely fine.
Pull up. 400. 300.
There we go.
200.
See? Recovered. Absolutely fine.
100.
Absolutely fine.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, baby!
Auto throttle.
Oh, baby! Reverses! Auto brake. What a stunning landing! Holy crap, man!
We arrived with dignity,
Oh,
mostly
give me a
intact,
break.
and
At
only minor handbag
3:45?
turbulence.
At 3:45? Are you kidding me? Hey! You know what, chat? You know what?
Config trim. Config trim.
Oh, chat. That was absolutely stunning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Ottawa. Absolutely incredible. And Heather got that landing rate prediction, a 345 that was. I don't see it. I don't see it. Right, let's go ahead and get the APU on. That was extremely lucky that we figured out that we were high there. Right, let's get the APU running and start to get ourselves off the runway. We'll come off at Kilo, taxi on Alpha around. Approach 3 out of 10, landing 5 out of 10, firmness 10 out of 10. No, that was if you looked. Let's see, what did LRM say our G-force was? A G-force, a landing G-force of 1.23. Okay, landing G-force 1.23. I will actually take that. Thank you very much. I will take that. I will take that. That may have been a little bit firm, but that was not bad. Considering that we were not visual until like below 1,000, and that we literally whacked everything out to try and recover that. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the thing here. Hang on 1 second. Let me get the nose wheel steering so that we can actually taxi this bird in. There we go, nose wheel steering. And again, those of you who are sticking around through the ads while we taxi in, thank you so very much. Oh, it was fine. So we'll do a little bit better when we get down to Toronto, okay? Next approach, you'll watch the ILS. Yeah, exactly. We'll cross-check the ILS when we get down on the other side. Absolutely fine. Manual intercept, exactly. I had a feeling that we were high. I was watching it, I was like, wait a sec, we're about 700 feet high. And then when I noticed she wasn't picking it up and the purple diamonds weren't there, I was like, you know, that's a thing. That's a thing that's happening. But you know what? We're here. We made it. I'll take it, you know, chat. I'll take it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Ottawa. APU's on. We'll go ahead and keep the seatbelt signs on, all of the rest of that good stuff. We'll start to get ourselves ready for the turn. That was good fun, you know. Right, flaps and complete, and then after landing, so we've got flaps. And there we go. After landing checks complete. And then we will reset for the turnaround. There we go. And you know what we'll do while we're sitting here? We will go ahead and unpause the alerts because we got a flurry of alerts as we were coming in today. And we'll wait for that to come through. There we go. So I'll keep the music muted as we come back from our pause. And again, huge thanks to everybody. Isha, thank you very much for checking in for today's flight. Again, if you haven't done so already, the check-ins for today, they will be active throughout the course of the flight. There's Hans. Again, Hans, thank you so very much
Hans
for
Hicks to the Cove.
the follow. Really, really appreciate that, mate. Thank you. And Isherwood, thank you very much for the follow as well.
Welcome
to the
Isherwood
Cove.
DC to the Cove.
You know, my username used to have DC at the end of it. Used to. Not so much anymore. Not so much anymore. Alright, let's oh, absolutely. No, my pleasure. I'm having an absolute ball of a time. I'm having a really, really amazing time. Again, apologies flying into a default aircraft. What part of Orlando am I in? I am West Orlando, so not that far away from the Walt Disney theme parks. I'm like 20-ish minutes away from the Walt Disney theme parks, so absolutely fab area of the world to live in. Oh, howdy neighbor! Oh yeah, you're in Orlando too? Oh, that's so funny. So funny. All right, let's go ahead and get, oops, GSX set up here. We will go gate, and I think 14 should be right here. No, we don't need that. There we go. It's right over here. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves in. Fantastic. Well, howdy neighbor indeed. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Thank you very much for joining us at the Cove this afternoon. There we go. We'll turn the sound of the sim down just a skosh as we get ourselves in here. There we go. We'll whack ourselves around. So glad you are back this way. Dude, I'm so happy to be back. I am so happy to be back. Like, my mental health has been in such a good state. Oh, you legend. Coach Mania.
Welcome,
thank you very much.
Mania, to the Cove.
Welcome to the Cove. Thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Hope you have a wonderful stay in the Cove and are enjoying the flight so far. Obviously, this is just the first. We got a turnaround as well. So we will be... You want me this way a bit more? There's not much further I can go over, mate. There's not much further over I can go, mate. There's not much further I can go, mate. There's not much further I can go, mate. Right, let's ease ourselves in. 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 I don't want to run you over. There we go. And there we go. Parking brake is set. And ladies and gentlemen, there is engine shutdown on the Airbus A220 for our first flight and first landing. Short and to the right. You know what? That's fine. I don't even care. Right, let's go ahead and start to get ourselves configured here. So we will go ahead and operate the jetways and start to get ourselves back in here. Right, so APU is on. I'm literally just going to keep it in this state because we should be good to go. There we go. Fantastic. And it looks like it's gone there. Right. Perfect. Fantastic. Isn't there an autopilot bug when doing a second flight? You sure you read that somewhere? Is it? I mean, I'm very, very happy to swap it. I'm happy to do a restart. What's the general consensus? Can someone clarify if that's true? Because if it is, then we'll just do a quick reset. That is absolutely no problem. I do not mind. I genuinely do not mind. You guys let me know. But guys, what a great first flight. Obviously, sure there was a bug that didn't disengage when landing. Okay, yeah, that's easy. We can just do a quick reset, and then I will go from a powered on mode. That's easy. We'll reset the flight just to be on the safe side, because obviously we don't want bugs. We don't want bugs. All right, we'll mute the sound of that, and we'll get the music going. Right. It's KYOW, and we will start to get things swapped in. Whoa. CYOW. Can I England today, folks? There we go. Right, and we were at stand 14. Right, there we go. Right, let's get that reset then. I'd rather be on the safe side. So yeah, if we just reset, that's absolutely fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. There we go. And then we'll just spin this in. There we go. Easy mode. Right, ready to fly. And then we'll do one of these. And we'll start to get GSX, chase plane, operate the jetway, and we'll get that going. There we go. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we'll do is we'll put her into a state, because I think you can configure the state of the aircraft in, right? Can't you change the, yeah, here we go, APU, GPU. Right. Set to GPU 2. I did press the button. I did press the button. Right, taxi. Cold and dark. Are these states not working? Chat, what do we reckon? Do the states not work? I guess the EFB states aren't working either. That's a shame, because yeah, I would have loved to have been on APU. I mean, if we have to do a similar flow in reverse, I have absolutely no problem in doing a cold and dark flow as well. But obviously, it would be easy for me to swap. Right. We are going to edit. And we are going to do one of those. Just quickly file this back in on SimBrief. Do, 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 do. Okay, so hour and 13 minutes on the way back, 45 minutes airborne for the return leg to Toronto. Yeah, it looks like the states here are not doing a bloody thing, because all the screens are staying blank. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame that those aren't working. Because yeah, I would have liked to have had that engaged. That's kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. A bit of a shame that you have to do it the long way around. But that's absolutely fine. So what we'll do is I will go on a very quick BRB, because I just could do with a drop of water. So I'm going to go ahead and put the music on. I'm going to put you in cinematic mode, and I will be back in a few moments. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We back. We back. We back. We back. Oh, okay. Right. So, should we get ourselves underway? Because unfortunately, it does look like the EFB states unfortunately look like they are not working at all, which is a real shame. One thing I'm going to do differently this time, instead of using the beacon to disengage the GPU, I'm going to do it through the EFB and see if we can disengage it up here and see if that makes a difference. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get this going as quickly as we can because I really do want to get back down on the ground at Toronto, or sorry, airborne, so we can get down over to Toronto. Right, so I have gone and pre-filed a flight plan over to Toronto as well. So we should be good to go over there. Let me unload this, import the new one there. There is the new one and get that up and spinning as well. Right, so let me do the same over here because we'll do the same thing that we did before and we'll go through the OFP on this side. Import from SimBrief. We're going to take the Ottawa. Ottawa. We're down on the ground in Ottawa. I don't know why I keep thinking Ontario, but Ottawa is where we currently are. Right, so we are at McDonald Cartier and we are heading back down to Toronto Pearson today in oh, I forgot to change the flight number. Let's quickly do that. Let's quickly do that because that's important. I don't know why our call sign is wrong. That is incorrect. We need to be ACA. It's in my Twitch title. Someone quick, what's my Twitch title? My Twitch title is 453. 453. See, we got this. We got this. ACA 0453, and then we'll unload that, import the new one from SimBrief. There we go, 0453, and then we'll do the same over here on this side. Unload, import SimBrief. See, it's the little details, chat. It's all in the details. It's so important to get all the details right. Am I right? Am I right? Probably not, but I am right. Right, so with that being said, let's get ourselves underway here. So, down on the ground here at Ottawa, we are making our way down to Toronto Pearson International Airport on board Air Canada Flight 453 on board the Boeing, sorry, Boeing, on board the Airbus A220. So we'll get ourselves underway here in just a moment. Today, July 29th, 2026. What a song. So we are going to be 52.8 as the estimated takeoff weight with zero fuel of 49,174. Winds are looking nice and light today with a beautiful little cost index that's going to take Am I going crazy? Where is the cost index on my flight plan? I'm going crazy. I don't see where the cost index is. It's usually up here. 320. If we can make it up there. If we can make it up there is where we'll go. 3845 is the amount of fuel that we're taking with a amazing number of passengers. 114. Very, very, very light today as we make our way back to Toronto. Here is our routing. So let's start to go through that. So our routing today is out of Ottawa on runway 32. Same runway we just landed on with the Turkey transition on the I maybe 9 arrival into Toronto for runway 05. So literally going exactly back where we were, which is brilliant. Okay, so that's all the important information on the OFP. Let's start to get ourselves together here. So import from SimBrief, and we'll start to get ourselves going here. Ground equipment is going to be the GPU. And so while we start to get that configured, we will take the external power on, and we will start to get those going. We will also get the emergency lights armed at the same time, and we will get that going there as well. It looks like the weather is really, really naff down here, which is really sad that the weather is just so naff. Right. So, with that being said, the plane is now starting to come alive. We will just double check our pause page just to make sure our IRSs are available, which they are. And the flight plan will start to get the uplink available. So, we'll go secondary, flight plan uplink, send, pending, complete. And then we will go ahead and send, uplink complete. We'll go here, activate secondary, execute, and that's in. Right, so from there, performance, we'll start to get that in just a second. But let's get the rest of this in. The departure today is off of the same runway which we were just arriving at. So that's runway 32. So runway 32, that's going to get us out on basically a direct. So it's basically vectors. So we're not even going to have a SID getting out of here. And then we're going to go ahead and hit done. The arrival is going to be on the Amoeba 9 Alpha with the, we just said it. What was that transition point? Takir. Was it the Takir? Let's just double check what that arrival was. Where is it? Takir, that is it. Yep, Takir. 9 for ILS 05, and then for that, 33. It's this guy. Okay, so that's going to be that one, and then we will pick up the 05 ILS over there with Zigum is going to be the approach point. So that's all in. We can go ahead and hit done and execute in there. That's going to activate the entire flight plan for us. So again, we're going to do something very, very similar for the departure on here as well. Winds for the wind request, that's going to go in there as well. So that's in there. And then the fuel. So we're going to start to do the fuel performance. Again, continuing that same flow as we did before. These are going to come on now. We'll keep the logo lights on at the same time. We do have that. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and get the APU started because that gives us a really good opportunity for us to start getting ourselves moving on the load sheet. SimBrief import, that's going to go over here. 49329, 49329, 49329. Except that I need to delete one because, yeah, 39429, that's going to go in there. And then the CG is going to be 24. 24. So CG is going to go in there as well. I'm kind of speed running this, guys, just because I want to get airborne and back to Toronto. I'm very, 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 very eager. Just because I was hoping not to go through the cold and dark setup again. But here we are. 3845, 3845, 3845. That's going to go in to the block fuel. That's all in there. And then we are going to go and execute that. So that is good to go. Right, performance. We are now going to go once again to the top. APU's already in, and the rest of that is all good. So because we are, I don't think APU is now on, so we're good to go. Billy with the song request, thank you very much for the song request there. I appreciate that. And let's go to the takeoff performance in here as well. So sync, calculate, and we'll start to get the altimeters and all of that stuff set in there as well. While we're doing that, let's whack through this. ECU, that's all good. Summary, pre-flight, there we go. No, we've got, there we go. We'll do all of these. Get rid of all the items on the checklist. There we go. Okay, that's all good and complete. And then we're on the before start. So departure briefing is already in. We're basically going to be out on a heading. For the departure, it's going to be that one. Hello. Exit that. And then, yes, that one. Stars. That's the arrival. Why has it got the arrival information in here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Amazing. Yeah, so essentially we are going to be on the Ottawa 4, hilariously. Right, so let's get our performance data all sorted now, because I think we're basically good to go. Yeah, so the door is, that's fine because we know about that, and we know about the hydraulics because we're on the APU at the minute. So we're fine. I'm not even worried about the arms being disarmed at the minute. Right. So now we can go and double check both of those. Those are all good. I am going to go ahead and get the sound of the sim down, and we'll start to think about pausing up for the departure here in just a second. Right. Outside air temperature. We did just do the meter for C. What was it? CYOW. Oh, the song is really quiet, Billy. Goodness me. There we go. I was like, whoa, this song is like super, super quiet. My goodness. Right. Outside air temperature is 22. 22. 22. Outside air temperature. Winds are going to be, yeah, we'll set that 10%. Winds 330 at 13. 330 at 13. So that's going to be in there. Climb 1, TO2, armed, slats, V speeds are now in. So that's all set. Climb set. Cruise is set, and then we'll do the descent when we get in here. Route page, let's go ahead. The only one that we should have is runway to Takir. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then Takir will go in here as well. So we'll keep that all the way down. Right, 320 by Tadmo as well. So that looks like it's all good to go, and we'll go ahead and execute that. So we'll keep the heading for the runway as we depart on out of here. So our departure heading is 320, but we'll do that once we get ourselves armed up and ready to go. Right, APU is on. Let's go back to the overhead, and while we're doing that, we'll get GSX prepared for the push and start. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the alert. Sorry, Billy, we will take... No, you're absolutely fine. I was like, why is the song so quiet? But there we go. We've got the alerts paused. Let's go ahead and work the seatbelt signs on. I'm going to go back to the EFB here for the ground equipment to remove the GPU. And then hopefully that's going to take the external power off, which should stop the weirdness that was going on with our start sequence. So it looks like we're not having the same issue that we were. Okay, so we are now ready to start arming the stuff. So let's go ahead and start arming. So we've got takeoff. We've got heading, because we are going off on a heading, and VNAV. So that is going to be heading, VTO, and then auto thrust. So heading, ATO, VTO, thrust, that is now set correctly. And then we are going to go on 320 is going to go over here. And that timing for the ad is going to be absolutely bloody perfect, I think. The initial climb out of here, we will set at 3,000 as well. So there we go. And then 320. So now we should have VTO heading, VALTs, and flight level change. So the that is all working absolutely beautifully. Cool. Let's go nose to the right, because we are going to be taking off on runway 32, which is behind us. And we will release the parking brake. And there we go. There is the push. Why we've got the starter switches engaged, I have no idea. That was very weird. I know. I don't know why it decided to do that. That was very strange. It's because I guarantee the panel state set in the EFB is what threw it. But in theory, we should... Oh. were our engines already running? Chat, apparently our engines were already running. That is weird. Well, we'll wait for these to shut down again. I didn't even realize that our engines were still running. See, panel states, guys. So word of warning, panel states did do a thing, but of course they are a bit broken. So don't, whatever you do, chat, don't use the panel states of the aircraft. Don't use the panel states. All right, cool. We'll go ahead and set the parking brake, and then we have all of the engines fully shut down. We'll go ahead and launch that again. That looks like it's doing something. So yeah, apparently the panel states did do a thing. We did not know. We did not know. Look at this weather. The weather looks horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Oh. Okay. So with that being said, we are now in start. Let me turn the sound of the sim up just a little bit, so we can actually hear the sounds moving. Right, we are in start, N2, motoring. There she goes. There's the oil pressure rising, N2 rising. Looking beautiful. And again, huge thanks to everybody for sticking through the ad break. I appreciate every single one of you. Right, we are going. Here we go. There is the first engine. Ignition. Start procedure is in. Thank you very much, GSX, for your service as always. And we are going to be taxiing over to runway 32 via Echo. That was a pretty quick start, y'all. That was a pretty quick start. I'm pretty pleased with that. I am pretty dang pleased with that. Right, thrust is armed. We've got the purple square. The only thing that it doesn't agree with me on is the V-speeds, but we had that issue the last time, and it actually went away when we were on the runway, and I think it's because the IAS gets bugged up to whatever the V2 plus 10, which is 144, which is correct. But then we go and accelerate through to get her up once we go direct anyway, so no big deal. And we can always take headings around if we need to as well. Like I said, there are some quirks with the plane, but we can work around every single one of them. And again, those of you who stuck around through the ad break, thank you. I so appreciate each and every one of you. Again, huge thanks for the tremendous amount of support. I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for the amazing support. Again, I've been only back doing full-time streaming for a week, and the amount of support that you guys have shown has been nothing short of incredible. So thank you again to everyone. I appreciate it. And again, thanks to those of you who stuck through all the ads and stuff like that. It has meant the absolute world. That was a bit of a lag spike. Whoa. Hello, lag. You all right? You all right, airplane? You all right, airplane? Are we okay? Are we okay? I think we're okay. Right. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we just experienced a small lag spike at. A small lag spike at, but I think we are okay. Right, so engines have both started successfully. We are looking good. Parking brake can come off. Pedal disconnect, and there we go. That was a lot of lag there. Let's go ahead and start the taxi. Woo! Oh, that was... I don't know if it's GSX that was causing the lag spike there, but there was something there. There was something there. Right, again, guys, for those of you who've stuck with us through the first flight, you will get the opportunity to have a landing brake prediction for the second leg. I have opened up 2 options for landing brake predictions. So we have that all set. Right, RTO, flat 2, 1, 2. Right, before start, beacons are there. And there. Perfect. Good stuff. And that's absolutely fine. We will remove that because the config is okay at the minute. And we're just going to taxi down to Echo, down the end here, and then we will pick up east taxiway to Echo, and then Echo through. Right. RTO, pedal steering disconnect, APU can now come off. And we are in taxi lights as well. Brake and turn. She does like to aggressively brake. The brakes are, unlike other small jets, they are very, very effective. You will move without even putting in a ton of power. It's kind of wild. Right, we are crossing a runway, so we will go ahead and whack our landing lights on. And we'll keep them on because we are literally just going to be taxiing down Echo and all the way to the end and then swinging back around, and we will be off and out of here. Again, huge thanks to everybody who's joined up for today. I really, really appreciate it. We will probably be on that sim tomorrow morning. Remember, tomorrow morning, so we're 1 p.m, 1 p.m, 1 p.m, and then tomorrow morning we will actually be up at 9 a.m. So we will be up at 9 a.m. for our departure out, which I'm so beyond excited for. We are doing a killer flight. We are going to be doing Bilbao to Munich. Oh, I cannot wait for that. So yeah, we are so 4 hours earlier. That is correct. Yeah, the reason is because my schedule coordinates with my wife's. So we usually do the hot swap. Yeah, Munchen going in for some Munchen flights. Bavaria, doing some Bavarian ops with Air Baltic. Air Baltic 220. I'm very, 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 very excited for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Twitch chat, are we ready? Yes, you are a pest, dog. You are a pest. You are craving the attention, which you do not need. I'll have to fly the 220 with you next week. Yes, please. Yes, please. I love the company. You know I love the company. So we will happily take all the company. Right, taxiing on to runway 32. 320, 3000. And we'll start to get ourselves out of here. Right, ladies and gentlemen on the Twitch chat, if you wouldn't mind lighting up the chat with all of the takeoff togas that you have, or if you are a subscriber of the channel, if you have your tickets, please. Let's get your tickets, please, in the chat. Right. I'm going to go ahead and put the brakes on. We'll do pedal and steering disconnect. Auto brake RTO, all of that stuff looks good. Brakes on, 50% power. Thrust arms. And thrust. Thrust set. And there's D-rate. All right, and there's 30 knots, 40 knots, airspeed's alive. Hold. 80 knots checked. Keep the nose pointed down the runway. She wants to fly. Rotate. There we go. Looking good, chat. Positive rate. Gear up. And aiming for the purple box. And there we go. There is the initial. Going for thrust. There we go, flap 1. Accelerate into flap 1. IAS is coming up. And we'll do the trim down now. 144. So we'll keep the nose down as we accelerate here. There we go. There is the bird. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and whack autopilot on now. And then we will go toga. Because we got speed heading 220 knots. We're going to come through flap 0. So there goes flap 0, 220. We are increasing our speed there. There goes the speed limit is going through there. So we'll go through speed lim. Speed 220. 3,000. There's 3,000 there. And we will go up to cruise, flight level change. VNAV flight level change. We'll stay on this heading for just a moment. And there we go, 32,000 feet in there. I just realized that we didn't bug up Barrows. 290A2, I think it was, on the departure. There we go. Right, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to swing the nose around towards Turkey. We're going to intercept those 2 waypoints with the heading. And we'll arm nav as we come around. Oh, that's why, because I was like, wait a second, it's not going to let me do that, is it? Right, Turkey. Direct. Done. Execute. Nav. FMS 1. She took it. She took it. Oh, hell yeah. Yes, she did. There we go. FL flight level change 320250, climbing. And then flight plan, routes. And there we go. There's Tuck-Here there. Outstanding. Outstanding. And then what we'll do here is we'll go plan mode. We'll go, yep, secondary, overlay. We'll do the VSD in there as well so that we can see what we are looking like for the VSD. Outstanding, chat. Yeah, I believe I should be about. There we go, look at that. Out the window, it is looking hella cloudy out there, isn't it? Well, I think we can go ahead and unpause the alerts, play some music, and, of course, go into cinematic mode. Well, you know what the rules are, chat. Now that we're airborne, chat, you know what the rules are. Go ahead and start making the landing rate predictions because we are officially back airborne. We are officially back airborne. And we are looking good. Yes, the top of climb. Going 320, flight level change, V outs. So it's looking good. V, thank you for... You guys don't seem as confident. You guys don't seem as confident there. I don't know what it is, but there seems to be a distinct lack of confidence. There seems to be some lack of confidence in the arrival. I can't think why. I can't think why. Right. Let me just double check. Zegram. Yeah, we'll do then Zegram in there and then execute. And then what we will do is we will delete the vectors out of here. And then we'll go Zegram there and then execute that. And then that should take us almost minus 373 last time. Yeah, I think between you and Heather, you basically were fighting with each other for who had the closest there. So that was kind of funny how that ended up turning out. Right, so that should now, if we take a look, this should now take us in almost directly in without necessarily needing to do. Oops, wrong way round. Let's do, 20 miles. There we go. So there's the decel. So we actually do have a complete flight plan this time with no stops. And then the top of descent looks like it's going to be just the other side of Vibly on that side. So we're not going to be in the air that long at all before we start to turn around and make our way back down. Absolutely incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. And again, huge thanks to everybody for joining in on the fun of today's flight. Like I said, the fact that we're in this jet, it is by far, in a way, one of my very favorite commercial jets of all time to fly on as a passenger. In fact, the very first Airbus A220 that I ever flew on, believe it or not, it was Air Canada. So it wasn't this specific aircraft. I love what Air Canada has done, by the way. This livery is stunning. But no, it wasn't this livery. It was just a classic Air Canada 220. So yeah, we had flown on our very first A220 from Toronto down to Washington, D.C. It was an incredible flight. After just getting off of an Airbus A321 LR to get onto this, unbelievable. I have been in love with this jet ever since, and the fact that it is now here in the simulator for us to fly, I am loving it. It is tremendous. It genuinely is. Right. What is the... No, not that. Right. We want... There we go, that's better. And I'm just going to keep monitoring this as we get our way down. Right, one of the things that we know that we missed last time was the ILS frequencies in that. So let's go to CNS. And let's just double check what our nav data is supposed to be for the ILS so that we can actually capture it. So ILS runway 05 is a localizer. Well, there's the reason, chat. It looks like the nav1 radio is not in the correct spot. So we want to change that. So it's in auto mode. So can we... It does say auto, but here we go. We're going to manually do it because 108 is not correct. So we want to be 109.7. 109.7. What a song. 109.7. Yeah, this is something that I'm glad that we have the ability to change. 10. Oh, that explains why. 109.7. There we go. Right, and we'll put that in there. 109.7. We're gonna do manual, and then there was another page in this, isn't there? To get the course in. Nav1 manual. Yep. Oh, hey, look at this. I wonder if this is the reason why. Because look at the nav preset frequencies. It's all the same. 108.0. So I wonder if that's why. There's a way of inputting the course in here as well. Transponder TCAS, VHF 3, nav 2. No, it's on nav 2. There's another button inside of this. Is it data? Runway. Arrival. ILS 05. Yeah, that's just the charts. I don't want the charts. Systems, checklist, which we've already done. SNS. Oh, push for standard. And then we will get the METAR loaded as well for our arrival back into what is the button that gets you, isn't it, is it ident? No, not ident. Tune menu, there it is, course. And the course is 057. Yeah, here we go. So 057 is the course. So we'll just plug that in. There we go. 05, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So now when we look down here, localizer 1, 057, 1097. So this, in theory, now we should pick up the localizer. In theory. So now that we've actually gone ahead and plugged that in, okay, I'm really, really glad that we did that. So that's actually done. So tune menu is all done. We are now in, we will switch this to TARA. TARA, that's in. And 2000. So that's all in there as well. So we are good to go there. So 1097, Loc 1 is a course of 057. So for those of you who are having issues with the localizer, that's how you do it. You hit the tune menu to get the course, and then for the actual localizer itself, I just dialed it in up here in nav 1, and that seems to have captured it. Absolutely no problem. Right, so let's go back to the map page, and map. There we go. Okay, and we got the 20 miles, and we've got top of climb here in another 15 miles or so, 15, 20 miles. So there we go. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, tomorrow, super, super excited about the... did it work? Yeah, we've got your landing rate now, V. So yeah, anyone who is now doing your landing rates... down in the channel points to redeem your what's it called? So to go in and redeem your landing rates, use the channel point rewards down below. You'll hit guess the landing, and then guess the landing rate. You'll put in a negative number. I cannot stress that enough, guys. A negative number is what you want to put in there. So yeah, go ahead, whack in a guess for the landing rate. And see see if you can get lucky, as they say. And yeah, we're definitely hearsing with the FPS at the moment. We've got 29 FPS. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of performance degradation, unfortunately, in the aircraft, but it is an absolute beauty. She is flown pretty dang well so far, so no complaints. Maybe you'll go for 2 for 2. Okay, you're going 2 for 2. Yeah, well, I guess we'll wait and see, right? I guess we will wait and see. Very, very exciting. So there we go. We're on our way back to Toronto. Again, huge thanks, absolutely all of you, for being around today. The 7 follows and the sub that came in. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the crazy levels of support. The fact that we're over 620 odd follows a week back into doing this full time, while I'm in the process of hunting for what comes next for me. Yeah, at the moment, I am waiting to find out who wants to talk to me. I've got a lot of, as they say, a lot of irons in the fire, which I am very, very excited about. So yeah, lots and lots of irons in the fire. So we can hope We can hope, fingers and toes crossed, that it amounts to something. But we will keep cooking, as they say. The thing that always bugs me with stuff like this and waiting to hear back from companies when you're going through the interview process, it's always the waiting game. It's the part that I hate the absolute most. You can't predict for some reason. You should have a second you should have two landing route predictions today. So yeah, you should. Yeah, you got a hello there. Hello there. So there we go. Thank you for the hello there, V. Appreciate it. Yeah, you should, in theory, have a second one in there. So not entirely sure why, because others have been able to do it. Unless, did you do it twice? Stop. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Sorry. Dog doing dog things. Yeah, it was testing to see if it worked. I wonder why. Yeah, I'll take a look and see, because in theory you should be able to do it for a second time. It is 2 per person per stream, so it won't show me if you've redeemed it. I'll have to look back in the logs and see. Yeah, he's being a pain in the butt today, Heather. Do you want to take him for me? Because he's being a right royal pain. Right. Oh, well, that's an appropriate song. Right. FL flight level change. We're just about to get on the other side of 32,000 feet. When it goes VALTS, then we will start to plug in our descent into runway 05 for Toronto. I, for some reason, could not think of it for a second. There you go. Kieran got 273 in. I think you guys are now guessing because of my first landing. But if you look, I actually have the ILS armed now. Look, we have it. The ILS is now programmed, chat. We're good. So we should be good to go. In theory, we should be good to go. I don't know why it's more laggy this flight than it was the first time. I don't know why. She was doing absolutely fine. Likely story? Yeah. Took the average of what I thought VS were you got. Noise. It's a bug. It is a bug. It is definitely a bug. But we have it programmed, so the good thing is we should be able to capture it now. Yeah, I figured out what it was. So in the presets, it is a bit dodgy on the return. So we did reset Z. I don't know if you were here during the turnaround, but we reset the sim. So I actually ended up cycling the flight, and yeah, they know about it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good. So I have a feeling there's going to be several hot fixes this week. Hopefully it will give us the opportunity to actually get some things sorted. Right, VALTS. VALTS. We are going to go down. Let's do 12,000 feet on the descent here. So let's do 12,000 feet. So 260, 12,000. That looks good. I think music is set to an absolutely perfect volume at the minute as well. Yeah, if you look at the way that it literally is 108, 108, 108, 108. Very weird. I know that there's a big update coming Tuesday-ish. So yeah, it will probably be a .1, whereas the ones that we've been getting are just literally hot fixes. Okay. I know I hate to do it, chat, but guess what? We're getting ready to start thinking about going down. In fact, there it is, V-Path. We're on our way down. We are already on our way down. So there we go. We are on our way down. So we'll keep the flight path up. We're on our way down to Amoeba. on the way down. So we are we've already flown the Takir bit. So we actually should see as we come off the other side here. We should start to see our arrival on the map coming through as well. Oh my god, what a song! So we'll keep the music going for just a drop longer. I am gonna keep whack the sound of the sim on in the background just so that I can hear radios and stuff like that in the background, just in case the aircraft yells at us for any particular reason. Looks like she's asking for some speed brake as we come down to 275 here. And guys, thank you so very much for sticking around through the ad break. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, the ads do support the channel in a huge way. So thank you so very much for the continued support as you stick out the ads if you aren't subscribed. Again, if you have a spare Prime, not that I'm asking for it, but if you would like to, you're more than welcome to use Prime subs. That gets you out of the ads. And enjoying the content here all the time. So what was everybody's first flight in the 220? I'd love to know, what were your first flights in the 220 as you were flying? Anyone done some cool routes already? I know the other streamers have done some cool ones with like Greece and Crete, and I think a lot of Air Baltic stuff out of Riga, because apparently Riga is a very popular one. First flight is going to be YYZ to YUL. Holy moly, that's a heck of a long flight. Just Larnaca to Santorini. Ooh, Jake. Jake, that is, whoa, buddy. Did your first flight years ago? Oh, of course, yeah, you're talking about IRL. You're talking about IRL, V. Jeez Louise. Made you Tallinn to Munich. Oh, that's a shout. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Bilbao tomorrow. Really, really looking forward to Bilbao, because Bilbao is a beautiful airport as it is. Oh, no, not IRL. Wait, so how did you fly a 220 did you do it in the sim? So, wait. Oh, dude. Okay, so you must have flown it in a different simulator then. Or was it MSF? Okay, you have to... Sharing is caring, friend. V, how'd you do it? V, how'd you do it? V, how did you do it, my friend? I have to know. I have to find out what you did. Right, I think we can withdraw the things here, because I think we're doing okay speed-wise. She does like to creep up on the speed band a little bit, doesn't she? You have your ways. Yeah, sharing is caring. Sharing is definitely caring. And again, for those of you, thank you very, very, very much for sticking through the ad break. I so appreciate it. Again, every single ad that you sit through helps support the channel indirectly. So thank you very, very much for the continued support. Different sim, you are right. See, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. No, I know you're an X-planer as well. I do know you're an X-planer. So I understand. I appreciate. I totally get it. Also, guys, I have to say, since, again, we've only been back doing this a week full time. I have to say, once again, a huge thanks to everybody for continuing to support. Genuinely, it's a sucky situation, but you guys have helped make it genuinely a super, super fun one. I've genuinely so enjoyed this. Coming back, doing a bit of variety content on Sunday, doing the full-time live streaming thing for Microsoft Flight Sim during the week, having some really fun flights, doing the new aircraft stuff. You guys have been nothing short of incredible. So again, huge, huge, huge thank you for all the incredible support. It means the absolute most. Oh, Heather! Almost there. Thank you very much for the song request. We are going to keep an eye out on our speed and stuff, because we are starting to get below 10,000. Again, 10,000 feet, guys. Only 10,000 feet left to go to start making your predictions. What a song request to throw in. We had a lot of Disney songs considering we're up in the Great White North. All right, cool. How can we not, especially with the food you cook? You guys. Exclamation mark Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, if you want to find out what Z is talking about. That one. If you're not already a member of the Discord, that is the link to get you in there. Again, just go ahead and acknowledge the rules before you get into the main channel. That gets you in and following all the stuff. Okay, I really like the way we flew the approach last time. I'm going to finish the song, by the way. We're going to finish the song here. And after the song, we'll pause up for arrival into Toronto. I guess we're in the mood for Disney songs today. Yes, exactly. But it's not the real versions. No, it's the alternate versions, which I am totally okay with. Totally okay. Right, let's get Meta CYYZ, and let's get the latest Meta data in. So 2980. The altimeter is like all over the place today. Hello. There we go. 2980. Yeah, low pressure today, really. 2980. 8080, both sides. Good timing. The alternative hit so hard. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Thank you so very much, everyone, for the song request, for all the love. We're going to go ahead and pause up for the alerts there. And we will start to get the sound of the sim back up as we approach into Toronto. And again, final flight of the day. Thank you guys so very much. Another 5,000 feet to go. If you haven't got your landing rate predictions in, now is the time to do it. One channel point gets you in. There is Toronto. Not there. I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that is. Power lines, maybe? I did see Toronto. I think that's it up ahead there. There it is, right there. There is Toronto 222. We got a minus 222 landing rate from Z. Thank you very much, Z. Appreciate it. Right, so we've got, let's take a look. Speed. So we need to come down to 50 through transition. And we'll complete that. Descent and approach. FMS, minimums, auto brake. Let's go medium, auto brake there as well. ICAS, 1,000 to run. We'll go all the way down now to the intercept. So intercept altitude is going to be 3,000 once again. So we'll set 3,000 in there. So 3,000 is in blue. 7,999 is going to be in there. Jakaria! Welcome to part of my world. Don't live in Toronto, but you live in Canada. Dude, we are Jakaria. Check this out. What a gorgeous jet. What a gorgeous jet that you Canadians have. Trans-Canada Airlines, the old livery on the beautiful new Airbus A220. You guys have some absolute freaking killer liveries. But yeah, love flying up in the Great White North. We are flying into Toronto Pearson. We just came down from Ottawa. So this is the second flight of the day. You have 1,000 feet if you would like to use a channel point below. Negative numbers is the landing rate. Recommend anything between -150 and -550 is the recommendation. If you would like to guess our landing rate, it's in what's called feet per minute. So the harder the landing, the lower the number, which means a hard landing is -550. A soft landing is anything like 250 and above. I so far have done pretty well. So yeah, we are absolutely killing it so far with landing this thing. I got a minus 385, I think it was, chat, right? 385 into Ottawa just now. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. Capaz, thanks. Appreciate. Love you too. Well, why don't you go ahead and put your prediction in? Kill my landing rate prediction thing. Have I ever flown into Victoria? Yes, I've been into Calgary in real life, and we've also done it in the simulator. I also have the airport in the sim, which, funnily enough, this aircraft actually goes to. So we will definitely have to do some Calgary, Victoria, and all that fun ops this evening as well. Oh, sorry, not this evening, down the line as well. For those of you who are just joining us, again, the landing rate predictions have now closed. Thank you very much for everyone. Well, you decided to wait until last minute, Capaz. Not my fault. Now that the landing rate predictions are closed, again, huge thanks to everybody for coming in and joining the live stream today. Again, reminder, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you check in for today's live stream using the channel point, just one channel point to check in for today's landing stream. Mr. B Triple, hi, Benny, how are you? Love you, darling. Thanks. That's not how channel point predictions work, or sorry, landing rate predictions work around here. But thank you for playing and trying the game. Love Canada, can't be beat. The best Canadian vibes. Yeah, we're all about the Canadian vibes here, aren't we? Right, 7,000, 3,000 coming down, and Shunty McShuntface. Thank you for checking in for today's flight. What a name. What a name. We will pick up all of the check-ins once we get down on the ground. That, again, guys, it's through channel points, so you can keep spamming that all you like. That is not the way it works. Hashtag predict death equals predict death. Yeah, it's closed. In big flashing letters, it's closed. Right. The out capacity looks like we are going okay. Yeah, it looks good. We are on track. So I think we're going to be here at 6,000 for a minute as we come and swing around onto the final approach fix into Toronto. The airport should be right past our wing coming up here. So predict death. You guys are just having way too much fun. Way too much fun. Clearly the level of confidence is astounding. Right, let's go flap one now that we're through decel. Okie dokie, right. Well, come on, airplane. You got this. Right, 209. Do I need to do the trick that I did before, where we came down? There we go. We'll do 210 until it takes. There we go. 210. Manual. Yeah, I don't know why. She seems to like going through the bomb hole there. Right, we'll go thrust idle. Got this. Toronto is totally not one of the biggest airports in Canada. Exactly. No, exactly. It's not. It's not. There's no room on that runway. Absolutely no room whatsoever. We have no room to land. I think the airport is over here. Yeah, got so much room. It's silly the amount of room that we have. Right, we could, if I really wanted to, cut this approach a little bit short, but I am going to keep it in because she is actually flying the approach rather nicely. Right, 210. I'm going to go ahead and whack that back to FMS speed because we are now down through below. You've now done London Heathrow to Toronto, London Heathrow 11 times in the sim because you might be slightly obsessed. Well, yeah, I mean, Toronto is one of the best one of the best renditions in the simulator. Fly Tampa have done an absolutely incredible job. So they really have done an incredible job with the airport. There we go. So 6,000, 3,000, 3,000 in the rest of it. And I think we should be starting to... Yeah, Dulap is where we start to make our descent here, because we're going to start going through decel. Looking good. We're going to start making the turn, heading back towards the airport here in just a moment. Sim's looking all right. The weather is significantly better here than it was down in Calgary. Calgary, the weather was absolutely horrific. See, I've done it again, chat. I meant Ottawa. Good lord. Right. VNAV path. So there's top of drop as we make the turn. Speed FMS APVLV. Weather here is 100 times better. Indeed it is. Yeah, I don't know what the hell the weather was doing in Ottawa, but we were having a hell of a time. You know what they say though, second landing is going to be the best. Canada would be one of the top places you move IRL if the chance came up. Honestly, if I could move to anywhere in Canada and the taxes weren't absolutely disgusting, because I know that they are, if the taxes weren't so disgusting, I would 100% move to Vancouver. It would not even be a question. There's a reason why I have a poster behind me of Vancouver. So the ones that I have are Toronto, Vancouver, Orlando, obviously, and London for obvious reasons. And of course, Vancouver is the one that I have closest to me, because that city is probably my favorite city in the whole wide world. Right, we are going a wee bit quick. DC, yes, exactly. By the way, Capaz, did you hear I moved? Have you heard that? Has anyone heard that I moved? General reminder, guys, if you haven't done so already, super appreciate if you are not already part of the Discord. Please, would love if you could join the Discord. Right, we are starting to make our way down. Let me whack out some speed brakes as well, because we are going to start to decel through flat 2 at 200. For 3,000, we do have ILS armed. And as we make the final turn is when I'm going to arm the approach. By the way, oh no, I would never have guessed. Sarcasm. Managed 2 poos. Well, very good. Good. At least we know that your system is working well. Thanks, guys. Love you too. Charming. Right, let's go approach mode. Approach localizer. There we go. V out. Glide slope is armed. We are now on the localizer. As we now have a cloud literally blocking our path. That's always a good time. Right, so let's carry on the descent now as we start to make our way down onto the glide slope. The green diamond we are looking good on. So 4,000, we are still making that descent. There goes 1,000 to run. And we should now pick up the localizer as we get through. So she is, as you can see, trying to catch 3,000 as we make our approach onto the glide slope. So she is working out really well on the approach here. Well, let's go gear down. I'll take flap 3, and she is going to start decelerating. We'll go ahead and whack. I can never fly a plane, too many buttons. That's what makes it fun, Jakari, though. Honestly, that's what makes it so much fun, is the fact that there are so many buttons to push. It genuinely makes it so much more entertaining. Right, there we go. We are going to... There is flap 3. Let's go flap 4. We'll carry on bringing the speed down. It's going to overspeed. She's going to overspeed. Right, let's go manual. Yeah, I knew you weren't going to be happy. We'll go VAP.
2,500.
Checked. Right. We'll keep that going. Let's go to... I thought I set flap 4 on the arrival. No, I did set flap 5. Just kidding. All right, well, let's go all the way down to VREF. 123 is apparently VREF. But we'll keep coming, get the speed down. We are looking good on the glide slope. We're slightly off on the ILS. Good Lord, why are we so far over on the ILS? Has the wind taken us that far over? There we go. Let's bring the flaps in. Oh, sorry, speed brakes. Good Lord, I can't. England today. Right, let's bring VAP all the way down. VAP here says 123 plus 5. So we'll go set V speeds. That's probably why it's having a moan. VREF is there. So we'll go, I want to go a little bit higher than that. So let's go 135 as our V. Hey, someone just gifted a sub to Overspeed. Thank you very much to Anonymous for the gifted sub. We'll get that on our arrival. Right, I'm gonna let this thing catch itself up because we still are at 1,500 feet. There is, I think the real aircraft does this as well. There you go, lock, glide slope. She really does not like following she really does not like flying this at all, does she? Right, lock, glide slope, approach, land 2. So, yeah, it's literally within the last 1,000 feet. She's like, oh, wait a second, I have an ILS to catch. And then she catches it. There we go, look at that. And we're on. I think the approach this time around has been significantly better. I mean, it's still a little bit ski whiff, but I'll take it compared to the first one. Because we've actually flown this beautifully. Right, I'm going to go ahead and take command. Right, winds are 21 knots quartering, so let's keep our eye on the Pappies, keep the also thrust in, and we'll manage our approach in here. So Pappies are 2 white, 2 red. Apparently, you've got to keep the nose into the absolutely disgusting crosswind that we have. That crosswind is absolutely foul. Dot high will come down. All right, we've got 4, and there's 1 dot. She's going to catch up. She's going to catch up. She's going to catch up. There is checked. Oh, that crosswind is mad. Right. I can see what people mean by the also thrust overpowering through the through when you pitch up. That is crazy. Okay, right. Sync rate, yeah, I know. But I want to keep the nose down because otherwise also thrust is just gonna blow us all the way over.
100.
Right, let's go and correct the thing here.
50. 30.
There's D-crab.
20.
D-crab, 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 D-crab. Whoa, I way overshot that. That's going to be a crunch.
Auto thrust. Auto thrust.
And there we go, reverses. I had a feeling that was going to be a crunch. All right, note to self, next time.
Welcome to Viddy. Gravity participated, but didn't he overact?
Oh, it wasn't actually as bad as we thought. 359. We'll take that, and there's also brake. There we go. Okay, well, it wasn't terrible. We didn't die. No, we didn't die. It was only a 359, excuse me. So who was it who guessed the closest? It was Isherwood. Isherwood, thank you very much for your yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Game's Broken. Yeah, no. I'm shocked. You found your calling, apparently. Yeah, there's been some like solid guesses. We'll come off a Hotel 3. We will whack the APU on. Yeah, according to LRM, we saved it. Wow, a landing G-force of 0.76. Yeah, 0.76 apparently was that. Do you win an A220? I don't have the funds for that. Remember, I am currently unemployed. This is my full-time job at the minute, so unfortunately, no 220s for the crew. But thank you for participating. We do the landing rate predictions for fun around here. All right, guys. So we are going to head back towards Terminal 1 now. As we head back over. Again, huge thanks to absolutely everyone. We're going to go ahead and resume the alerts and get everybody caught back up. And we will start taxiing now over to Hotel. And we'll keep the lights on. We'll mute the music because we've got some things to catch up on. Shunty McShuntface with the check-in. Thank you very much for checking in for today's flight. Again, even though the landing rate predictions may have closed for today's flight, please make sure that you go and check in. One channel point gets you checked in for today's flight. APU is now on, and we've got the passenger signs and all that on as well. So we will go and start getting all the rest of the stuff off as well. So nav can come off. Strobe will keep on, logo we will keep on. Company will like us better if it's the case. There we go. All right, so we are going to park up at, let's see. That approach was really good. It was the wind. I think next time, if it's going to be that windy, I think what we'll do, instead of... if it's going to be that windy next time, instead of taking the, instead of letting auto throttle do the throttle management, we'll do it manually, because I think that was what threw us. I think the auto throttle powered us through as I pulled the nose up with the rudder kicking over, and it just, the nose just completely fell out there. And I think I recovered it by pulling back a little bit hard there in the end. And I think the throttles just gently saved us. Again, for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, if you haven't done so already, we'd really appreciate it if you drop a follow on the channel. Really helps a lot if you do that. Again, we've grown tremendously just in the last week. I couldn't thank you enough for the tremendous amount of support. This is the last flight of today, so I will be passing you over to someone on the next turn. So we are going to go, I think it's Terminal A. No, it is... Yeah, here we go. That's it, Terminal 1. Hans! Oh, is Hans live now? Oh, we will definitely have to give some love to Hans. 153 is where we're going to go park at. 153. No, we don't need that. And Air Canada. There we go. Cool. And congrats on the guess indeed. Congrats on the guess indeed. Right, so we are coming down Bravo, and then we will make the turn onto intersection Tango. That will take us up to Terminal 1. Again, this is Fly Tampa. Fly Tampa, Toronto. There we go. Gotta love cinematic mode, chat. It is just so good, isn't it? It is just so good. You gotta love a little bit of cinematic mode. Gotta celebrate a killer stream with a killer plane. Exactly. Gotta celebrate a killer stream. And of course, we're gonna take the right-hand turn here to carry on down. Bravo. Let's make the intersection at Tango. Absolutely perfect. No, genuinely, it's been really, really fun. I mean, obviously that landing caught me completely off guard, but obviously that second landing was significantly better flown. So I will take the approach from landing 2, but I will take the landing itself from landing 1. I think, again, lesson learned with the auto throttle system in this jet, that we definitely should be taking out auto throttle and taking the manual controls. It really does fly beautifully, this plane. Genuinely, it does. And we are going to be taking the left-hand turn here coming up. I love the way that this plane flies. Like, yes, it's quirky. Yes, it has, like, its way of wanting to do things. But so does every other plane in the sim. And this one is just amazing. Yeah, I should be on ISV later, Jakaria. I should be. I have some things to do on the server, so I think I will be online later. I'm making dinner tonight. I'm very excited. We're doing Mongolian beef. Z, be on the lookout. I'm going to definitely be posting. Definitely will be posting. Yeah, you'll see me later. Brilliant. Excellent. Good. Yeah, I don't know why we don't have, like, prox chat or something like that. We definitely need it on ISV. I would love to, like, do group voice chat with everybody because it is just so much fun. Right, we should see our marshallers because 155 is just around the corner here. And we should have our marshallers. Yeah, I see them. The cones are over there, and I think the marshallers should be somewhere around here. So I think we are just over here. There we go. Cool. Right. So we'll come around the corner here, and we should see the marshaller at stand 155 here down at the end. And they should come into view for us as we get in. One thing I do need, read my mind. Yeah, I will definitely be posting a little bit later. There we go. Oh, so did I put 153? Oh, I must have put 153, not 155. But we'll taxi here in, and then we'll get APU's already on, so we'll start to get some of that configured as well. Right, let's get the engine spun. And there we go. Oh, my way. What a song to get into the gate on. Right, let's see. Can I park it better than the first time? Right, here we go. Right, there we go. Mr. Marshaller, what are we looking at here? Right, over. That's fine. There's not much further over I can go, mate. There's not much further I can go, mate. There you go. I was going to say, there's not much further I can go. Right, here we go. And I'm going to run you over. There we go. Right. Cut there. That looks good. And we're on APU. Engine shut down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down to Toronto. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. Right, request deboarding, and we will get this thing underway. Oh, he had an internet delay. Did I have a delay? Was there a small delayette there? Was there a delayette there? Absolutely amazing. There we go. Sounds good. We got some good music as we deboard the aircraft. Guys, what an amazing stream. That was fantastic. Thank you so very much, everyone, for participating, for coming in, for supporting. Amazing, amazing show for everybody. Again, huge thanks for the anonymous gifted sub, whoever that was earlier, to Overspeed. That takes us to a ridiculous, ridiculous number. So thank you so very much for that. I'm going to go ahead and pass you on to someone else who is streaming. So why don't we get you over to... I like that idea. Why don't we get you guys over to Hans? Because Hans was incredibly supportive before. So let's go ahead and get a raid going. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this works. You are going to see, when we get the raid going, you are going to see some commands. Populate. So if you guys could do me a huge favor, please copy and paste the raid message. If you are a sub, copy the first one. If you're not a sub, copy the second one. I'm going to throw you onto the credits scene. Guys, again, huge, huge thanks for everything today. I cannot thank everyone enough for the amazing support, the views, all of it. It goes a long way. Tomorrow we are live at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever that is in Zulu, we will see you then. Until then, major, major dubs. Love you all to pieces. Thanks for the tremendous support. And we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the raid. And we will see you another day. Enjoy the music. We'll mute me out and I'll let you enjoy the music and the credits.